Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Got a great broadcast lineup for you this morning, as we always do. We got a topic that we're going to talk about that may ruffle some feathers just a little bit, may ruffle or shuck up some feathers a little bit, but that's okay because I say it all the time. Sometime in order to wake them up, sometime you got to shake them up just a tad bit. So that's what we're going to possibly do today. So y'all strap on your seatbelt, put it on real tight. Strap your seatbelt on, put it on real tight because we're about to get into some things. We're about to get into some talks. Um, Something happened here in Atlanta yesterday. And we always talking about it. Man, this always seemed to be a part of the news. Somebody getting shot and killed by the police. Somebody getting shot and killed by the police is always a part of the news in some kind of way. And majority of the time, it happened to be someone that looked and sound like me, you and possibly even you and I. And I'm having an issue this morning because there was a something that happened yesterday that shut down a big part of the one of the interstates here in Atlanta. You know, you got several interstates that's going in and around Atlanta, and there was a police chase, and they chased a young guy. Did a little pit maneuver on him, and his car went over the embankment. He got out the car. Now they say he had a weapon. They they say he had a weapon, and he probably did. But the part that got next to me, the part that I didn't understand, is they say that the police officer shot and killed him as he was running away. As he was running away, trying to get away from the officers, they shot and killed him. Now they didn't say that he was shooting at the police. They didn't say that he was, combative. They said that he was actually in a pursuit of him trying to get away from the police, of running from the police officers. They shot and killed him. Now I need somebody that knows something about law to call in and explain to me how this whole situation worked. Let me. I I need to understand how this situation works because if someone is running away from you, if someone is running away from you, I don't see them as a threat unless they turn and try to do something to you. But if they're running away from you, I'm multitasking. Y'all bear with me for a second. But if someone is running away from you, I don't think that they are a threat. They're trying to get away from you, and for you to shoot them and kill them while they're trying to get away from you. Maybe if they was running towards you with the weapon, that's one thing. But if they're trying to get away from you, that's another thing. I'm trying to multitask here. So, and you all, the phone lines are open 678-381-1973, 678-381-1973, 678-381-1973. Does it make sense to you all? Now, I'm not gonna try to justify what happened and him getting away and running from the police and the high speed chase that they did. All that was wrong. All that was absolutely wrong. It was. It was, and I'm not gonna. And there's no way at all I can sit here and try to justify his wrongdoings. He was wrong. But my question is, why would you shoot? And you pursued him, you chased him all this time, trying to trying to catch up with him and all that. You chased him, did the pit maneuver, it worked. But my thing is, why in the world, in him running away, there's something else you could have done. He's running away. You shoot him, he fall dead. Wow, that's a lot of power. That we got a judicial system here in America, and that just leapfrog over the whole judicial system because it says that the judicial system that I thought was here was that you have you can have a trial judge, but when you become the judge, juror, and the prosecutor as a police officer right there in the street, what about the rest of our justice system? What happened? When you become the judge, juror, and the prosecutor, and you take out your weapon and you shoot and kill somebody, what happened to due process? What happened to innocent until proven guilty? Yes, he's guilty for the things that he did, but that's supposed to be done in the court of law. Not by you. Not by you, Mr. Police Officer. I don't remember what he gave you the authority to do these things. As a police officer, your job is to pursue them and take them in so they can have their day in court. This young man was not afforded that. This young man was shot dead in the street. In the middle of the street, he was shot and killed right there. Mr. Police Officer, have you overstepped have you overstepped your boundaries? Have you overstepped yourself? Help me understand, Mr. Police Officer, because I'm having a real hard time understanding how somebody could be running away from you. They tell you that if somebody had break into your house, and certain states, I think Georgia is one of the states that has this law as well, but certain states that if someone break into your house and you catch them and they're running trying to get out of your house, you're not supposed to shoot them. You're not supposed to be able to shoot them if they're trying to get out of your house because the threat is there's no threat there. They're trying to leave. So if that be the case, if you can't shoot nobody that break into your home, if they're trying to leave and trying to, regardless of whether they got something or not, they say that you can't shoot them if they're trying to leave your house. And if you do, then you're liable. They can charge you. Crazy as that sound, y'all look it up. See, does it apply? Is it applicable to your state? I just wanted to use that big word, man. I just wanted to use that big word. That's all. I could have said whether it apply, but I just wanted to use that big word. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. Good job. I wanted to use that big word. That was good, right? Yeah, man. I threw it out there. Applicable. Sometime when you get a big old word, man, you just and you figure out a place. Well, I could put that word right here. Yeah, that's what I just did. Thank you for the applause. I really appreciate that. Mama B, thank you. I definitely appreciate it. I had an opportunity to use that great big old word, and I said, look, I'm gonna have to show them that I got some schooling in me too. I got some schooling, some schooling. That's how it is, some schooling. but yes, absolutely. But seriously, I question whether that was right, because if a person is running from you, they're not a threat if they're running from you, and because of the fact that they're running from you, I don't know if you should be able to shoot and kill them or not. That's just me thinking. That's just me thinking out loud. What do you all think? Y'all give me a call. 678-381-1973. 678-381-1973. Phone lines are open and waiting on you. Phone lines are open and waiting on you. Now, we do have a topic, but I'm going to wait till some of my folks get in here before I jump into the topic because we got to discuss this thing. So if you have an opportunity, if you're free for a few minutes, give us a call. 678-381-1973. I want to know what you think. Do you think let me see, leveled up? I leveled up. Okay, what that means something. Or higher level makes you cooler on. Okay, I leveled up on. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. I don't know what that means, but I see I got applause, so I guess that means something. I leveled up. I'm clapping too. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, but give us a call, man. 678-381-1973. Give us a call and let us know what you think. Is it justified in shooting someone as they're trying to flee? Or should you have some other means? Multitask. Second here. Got you. Okay, good deal. Other things in the news. Um, what do y'all think? How do y'all think your new president is doing in comparison to your last president? Let me hold on for a second. How do you think your new president is doing in comparison to what your last president did? Is he doing a better job? Is he more presidential? Um, do you have more respect for Biden than you did for Trump, or vice versa? There's some people out there that's absolutely loyal to Donald Trump, and he could do no wrong. Well, how do you feel about that? 678-381. I think it depends on what they did when they broke in, and I think I'm trying to read it across the room, and I think the last two presidents, and I think the last two presidents suck. Okay. Hey, that's what it is. That's what Mama B said. Mama B said, think the last two presidents suck. Now, who was a good president? Who was the last good president we had, Mama? Who was the good president? Last good president? Mama B. Who was the last good president we had in your estimation? Who do you think was the last good president that we had? We had a lot of presidents, a lot of people going there, they sit in that place, they sit in that White House for 4 years, 8 years. But who was the best? Oh, Mama B said Obama. Okay, okay. Nah, some people would agree. I wish he Mama B said, I wish he could run again. Absolutely. And a lot of people feel the same way that you feel about that because there was a level of peace and security that we had under that administration. People felt safe. People felt safe. And I don't think not so much upon Donald Trump. People, in Donald Trump's presidency, um, I think he was more or less just trying to stir the soup up, trying to get all the stuff off the bottom of the pot and let it rise up and poison the soup. I think that's what he was trying to do. And he didn't have everybody's best interest at heart. Donald Trump did not have everybody's best interest at heart, and he let it be known who he didn't care for. And I say this thing as the president of the United, as president of the United States of America, you have to be for everybody. You have to look out for everybody, not just people you like, even the people that you don't like. You have to look out for everybody's best interest because you are the president of the United States of America. United. It's not the divided states of America. It's not I'm a president of the people that I like. hmm Over my choice. Okay. Okay. Good deal. 678-381-1973. 678-381-1973. Give us a call. We definitely would like to have your input on what you think about this whole situation. And my question is this right here. I'm asking a question right now. Now, this certainly is not our topic for today. Haven't gotten to our topic yet. But my thing is this right here. If a police is pursuing someone, if police is pursuing someone and they get out of their car or their car's wrecked or whatever, and they take off and start running, they take off and start running. And then, whether they have a weapon or not, they take off and they're running, trying to get away. Is the police justified in shooting that individual? Is it? Does it matter where they are? What if they're in a downtown New York area where there's a lot of people? Let me see. It is said that if you okay, that's something up for 20. Okay, yeah, I get it. Is the police justified? Is the police justified in shooting and killing this person, or have that police officer overstepped himself, him or herself? Have that police officer at that particular time become the judge, juror, and prosecutor? Have they become the judge, juror, and prosecutor? And when they take out their weapon and they find they shoot and they kill somebody, have they overstepped themselves? I say yes. But what do you say? I say yes. I say absolutely because the police officer is not the judge. You should have your day in court. If you did something wrong, that's fine. That's fine. Go to court. Go to court. That's why we have a justice system. Go to court and let yourself be heard in a courtroom, and let either the judge or jury of your peers make the determination whether you're innocent or guilty. That way, you will have a chance to speak on your own behalf, or have someone to speak on your behalf. But to have that police officer to take out his weapon because you committed the crime. And yes, again, I'm gonna say the guy was wrong. He was running for the police. He was running for the police. He was wrong. There was nothing right about what he did. Nothing right about what he did. I'm not gonna sit here. I don't want people to think I'm trying to justify his wrongdoings because yes, he was wrong. But my thing is, was the police officer wrong too? This individual is laid in the street dead. Did he commit a crime? Yes, he did. Was he wrong? Absolutely. Did he deserve to die? I don't think so. How many crimes have some of us committed and not even gotten caught for? Should we be dead? Sh- Should we? I don't think so. Had to give me something to drink there, man. Mouth got dry. Should we be dead? That was good. I'm gonna get some more of that. that was pretty good. Yeah. I got some. I'm a little cover. I got some of that V8. People tell me that's nasty, but I like it. The V8, the regular original V8. Yeah, I got some of that, man. That's pretty good. I like that. Supposed to be good for you too. Go figure. And most people think it's nasty though. I think it's good. I put a little salt and pepper on it, on the top of it, and drink it that way. Pretty good. Y'all should try it. 678-381-1973. 678-381. Why am I endorsing V8? Lord, I shouldn't be doing that. They ain't paying me. But anyways, it's good, man. If you like that, and they got different flavors and stuff with V8 now. It's not just the original the original tomato juice type situation. It's not just that. They got all kind of different V8s, all kind of different flavors. But I like the original. I like the original. Like I said, I put a little salt and pepper on the top of it, and that's all. Sometimes when I'm feeling real fancy, I take a little Tabasco sauce. I put some of that in and I stir it up, and that give it a little kick. And so, yeah, I do that sometimes as well. So that that works out for me. Some people don't like or can't deal with the spicy. I can, man. I like it. I like it. But anyway, 678-381-1973. 678-381-1973. Again, 678-381-1973. We're going to go to a song. I'm putting up this song. We're going to play this song for a minute. I'm going to take care of a few things on the side here. We're going to play this song. I hope you enjoy it. Let's go to Israel and New Breed. Israel and New Breed. The name of this song is Around. Listen and enjoy. Tell me volume up. Can't play Dr. Volume. Okay, all around Israel and New Breed.
Hallelujah. And now you must come to South Africa. Joburg, Durban, Cape Town. Come to South Africa with me. Yeah. All around, everywhere I look, your love is all around, everywhere I look, your love is all around, and you say, all around me, everywhere I look, your love is all around, yeah, everywhere I look, your love is all around, sing it again, all around. Tonight, oh God, and manifest your love, oh, manifest your love, all around me, all around me, oh, everywhere I look, your love is all around, everywhere I look. Yes, Lord, we bless your name. Lift up shouts of victory. Oh, let the nations say. Let the nations see. Let the people shout. Let your kingdom come. Let your kingdom come. Oh, yes, we ready. Yeah. And manifest your love. Manifest. This is a day for you to manifest your love. Oh, all around me, all around you, everywhere I look, yeah. All around me, everywhere I look. Your love is too deep to navigate, and it's too high to climb, but still it's available, time after time, after time, after time, after time. Your love lifted me. It's too deep to navigate. It's too high to climb, but still it's available. Time after time, after time, after time, after time. Can I doing this. Listen, everywhere I look, your love is all around. Everywhere I look, your love is all around. And you say, everywhere I look, your love is all around. Everywhere I look, your love is all around. Come on, come on, come on. Everywhere I look, your love is all around. Everywhere I look, your love is one more time, say all around. Yeah. Everywhere I look, yeah. All around. Oh, everywhere I look, say yeah, yeah, all around. Oh, yeah, all around. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everywhere I look, say all the way around. Come on, come on. Everywhere I look, yeah. Yeah, yeah. All around, yeah. Everywhere I look, yeah. All around me, everywhere. One more time, say everywhere I look. All around. Say,
That is that is Israel and New Breed. That is Israel and New Breed. The name of the song is All Around. That is Israel and New Breed. The name of the song is All Around. We have a caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Grand Rising, everybody. This is Rico
Rico.
calling in from Anderson, Alabama.
Big time. Aniston, Alabama. Good deal, Rico. Good morning. How you doing this morning?
Man, I can't complain, man. I'm out here still getting it in.
There you go. There you go. Man, look here. I know you might not be into the gospel music like that, man, but that little song that had a little something on it, didn't
I actually just caught the end of it, man. I caught the end of it. I really didn't get to hear the verses or anything like that to hear what the message was.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm pretty sure the message was the same though with gospel music.
Yeah, exactly. But like I said, it had a little pep on it, man. Had me doing a little bouncing over here. I said, had a little Jamaican feel on it as well. So that's what.
Yeah,
I like
I heard that. I heard that tinge of Jamaican, that reggae in it. That's why I was, it's a little different.
Yeah, and see, and that's what's needed, man. You can have like certain music, man. That old school and hymns and all that stuff, man. You're not gonna reach the young people with that, man. But something like that, they'll listen to something like that, man. Like when Kirk Franklin came out, they listened to Kirk Franklin, and gospel music took a turn. I think for better. And some people say that,
it did.
Some people say, no, you get what you ain't got no business doing all that. That's just like that club music. Hold on, man. You trying to reach the people, man. If you're gonna reach the people, sometimes you got to use the tools that they like in order to pull them in. You can't can't skin a fish, man, if you don't catch them.
You're right about that. You have to put a little bait out there, get them interested.
Exactly.
When they listen to the lyrics, I mean, just think about it. Most of the music we hear now, we don't realize how terrible the lyrics are until we actually sit down and listen to them.
Exactly.
We just going along with the melody and the tune.
Mm-hmm. And thinking it's good. Oh, that's good right there. Looking at the beat, you dancing off of it, don't know what you're dancing to. Man, go ahead with that.
Right now, it's the hot song out from these young men, this young man in Jacksonville, Florida, called Who I Smoke.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And it's him and this guy going back and forth, rapping about each other's friends that have been getting killed.
Mm.
And they made it off of a hit song. So when people hear it, they only hear that melody.
Yep.
From
good
What we
deal.
talking about today? Which topic today?
Well, we actually hadn't got to the topic yet. Let me see. I'm trying to. I had another brother that was on the line. I'm trying to call him back in. So hold on one second. Let me get him on the line. We actually back live, but what we're talking about right now is, and I want to hear how you feel about this. If police is pursuing someone, if the police is, because this happened just yesterday here in Atlanta, where the police was pursuing someone, and they did a little pit maneuver, and when they did a pit maneuver, that stops the car, turn the car around, all kind of things. And when that happened, he got out the car and he started running. Now they say he had a weapon. They say he had a weapon, and the things that he was doing was not right. First, he had broken the law, and then he running and all that stuff. We're not trying to justify any of that. We're not trying to justify any of that. But my concern is when someone is running away from you and they're not a immediate threat, should you be able to shoot and kill them? If they're
If you verify that they're not an immediate threat, no, you shouldn't.
mm-hmm. See, and that's my thing right there, because they shot and killed the young man, and when they shot and killed him, they said, well, he was a threat, and it was this and it was that. I'm like, nah, no, hold on. My thing is this right here. If this man is running away from you, how's he a threat if he's running away from you?
Mm-hmm.
That's my issue right there. I'm still trying to get him. Oh, there we go. He's calling in right now. Hold on for a second. Let me see here. And that's my issue right there. If he's not a threat, Sherelle, you there? Oh Lord, we have a lot of issues going on. Okay, Sherelle, you there? Okay, Rico. We had another young lady on with us. I think we just lost her. Let me turn the phone lines off. Give me a half a minute. Rico, and come right back so I can make sure the phone lines are clear. And because there's other young
All
lady,
right.
she's about to call in as well.
All right, I get you about that.
Okay, there you go. All right, I'm sorry about that, y'all. We're trying to get this thing back up and running. We're working on it as we speak. We are working through it. We are definitely gonna work through it. But my thing is this right here, and I need to hear from you all. What do you all think, man? Is it okay if the person is running from the police officer? Is it okay for that police officer to shoot and kill him? Let me call her back real quick.
Hello.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. When he called in, actually kicked you off. I apologize to you for that. But what were you saying?
No, I was saying that if it's justified that he is not a threat, then no, you shouldn't shoot
Mm-hmm.
at all.
And see, my thing is, in a situation like that, and I was saying this earlier, when the police officer do that, when the police officer pull out his weapon and fire his weapon, has he become the judge, jury, and the prosecutor? Because I think he's overstepped his or herself when he do that. Because the way our system is set up, is you're supposed to have a day in court, go before you either a judge or a jury of your peers, and be able to speak on your behalf as to it. Now the guy was wrong. I don't know what he did initially, but he was running from the police officer. He was running, and if you can pull up the song of that, okay, good deal. But somebody just told me something. But my thing is, he was wrong in what he did. He was running from the police. They had to do the pit maneuver and stop his car. He went over an embankment, got out the car, and started running away from them. At what point?
Right.
At what point do you think it's okay for you to shoot this person that's trying to run away from you? Now I can see if
Well,
go ahead.
not taking up for police officers at all, because I don't really like them at all.
Mhm.
But and if you confirm that they are not a threat, no, you should not shoot. But I will say, from law enforcement is trained to do things a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
Is it right all the time? No. Is it justifiable for shooting somebody that you is not a threat? No. But they're trained to do things a certain way, and we had a situation here in South Carolina, a couple of situations actually that happened here in South Carolina where the police are shot, unarmed individuals who thought they were armed, because if I'm running from you, if I get into a distance to where you can't really tell if I have a gun or not, you know what I'm saying? If I don't raise my arm at you
with a gun. In order for me, if I'm running away from,
Mm-hmm.
I have to turn around.
Yep.
I have to reach. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you have to be able to, um, I don't know. And then it could have been a panic because a lot of times a lot of these officers move off of emotion
Yes.
instead of logic when it comes to certain things, in which that needs to change a lot in the force.
Mm-hmm.
It really does, because
Mm-hmm.
what if he didn't? Now, if he didn't have a gun, now what? He's gone, probably,
Mm-hmm.
or you know what I'm saying. Now you're gonna have protests and riots and stuff take place
Mm-hmm.
because an officer used his emotion and he thought he had a gun and didn't verify he had a gun. But they're trained to do things a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't make it right all the time.
Exactly.
Not justify, not covering for them at all.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he was not armed, how can you justify the way I'm trained? I'm supposed to shoot him or her,
Mm-hmm.
and I did that. Now I'm going to get in trouble because he didn't have a gun, but you trained me to do this
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So, and then it could have been emotion. It could have been I'm tired because I'm sick and tired of running from you. You done pissed me off. I'm an officer. I got to run behind you. I'm chasing you down. I got out the car. Immediately, anybody gonna get mad. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm an officer and I'm chasing you and I have to chase you down, first of all, I don't feel like running. Now you got me because I don't feel like running. Now I have to run behind you. Now I'm mad because you didn't threaten lives of other people because I chased you down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already, my adrenaline is going. So when you get out and run, okay, so now I'm gonna assume you have a gun, so I'm gonna shoot sometimes.
Yeah.
Because I'm emotional, because I'm
Mm-hmm.
mad.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times officers do that because they're mad.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times they do. So, but like I said, they're trained a certain way. They're trained to do things a certain way. They have to get on that radio and correspond with whoever it is at that control room. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So they do a lot of stuff they're not supposed to do.
And see,
how do we change that?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna take. It needs changing.
Yeah.
Not saying that people are wrong. You know what I'm saying? That still doesn't justify me not verifying if he was armed or not.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Whether you're wrong or not.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You could have did this or different. Just run. Get your exercise in. You just ran a few miles. You know what I'm saying? Like you just ran.
Exactly.
You're mad because you know, but it's not justifiable if he did not confirm that. But a lot of these officers don't.
And see, so the thing about it too, exactly, and the thing about it too is and like to your point, is almost like you're questioning their authority when you do these things, and so when you question their authority, they feel belittled, if you lack of a better term, belittled, and so what they do, they want to go out there and prove their point, Rico, what do you say today? We got another caller. Go. Everybody, mute your line for me. Everybody, mute your line. I'm gonna come back to you in 1 second. We have another caller as well. Rico, are you there?
Yeah, but I can't hear you, man. Somebody got me.
Hey, Tucson, mute your line, Tucson. There you go.
Okay, now I can hear you.
Okay. Now we're talking about and this happened just yesterday here in Atlanta. Police officer was in pursuit of someone. I don't know what he did. You know, I missed that part. But he he did something, and I think there was somebody that they was looking for, and they saw him. That's what it was. Somebody was looking for a crime they committed earlier, and the police officer saw him in a car, and he took off. He took off, and they chased him, did the pit maneuver, and his car went over the embankment. When it went over the embankment, he got out the car and he started running. They say he had a weapon, but he was running away from them. Trying to get away. But Rico, they shot and killed him. Now, would the police officer justified in doing that, shooting and killing somebody that's trying to get away?
I can't really judge that situation because from what I understand, he was wanted on a murder warrant.
Mm-hmm.
And most times when you wanted on a murder warrant, you might be assumed as armed and dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, sometimes you need to comply, especially when you know they're looking at you like a certain way or they want you for a certain thing. But I agree with what the caller before me just said.
Sherelle.
Sherelle. You see, we train people to go into the military, not we. The government trains people to go into the military or train people to be police officers. and expect them to build some type of superhuman dignity or character about themselves. But you're giving these people power and authority, which is that they need to have a dignity about themselves, and the honor if they're going to have that authority. But you cannot take the human nature from a human being.
Yeah.
And that human nature is the fact that they're going to get mad about something. They might get too lazy, eat a few too many donuts over the years, and finally they got to get out on their feet and run after somebody. And maybe they think they could catch them because back in the day they ran track. But they can't catch them no more. So now here it is, you done disobeyed my authority, and you making it hard on me, making me do something I don't want to do. I can take the easy route just to achieve my goal. See, sometimes we get so intent on accomplishing our goal, we don't think about what we do to accomplish it. We just want to get the job done. So now they shoot because you didn't comply. But somewhere now you got to use some emotion. Did you shoot because you were mad? Did you shoot because he made you tired from running from him? Did you shoot because he didn't make your job easy? Did you shoot because you were mad? That emotion. That's the big thing, that emotion. So now, with us knowing that we have people with this kind of authority, but they are human. I mean, look, we could just put ourselves in those shoes. If we were up in a situation where things were somewhat tumultuous, say we might have our son or a daughter, 2 or 3 of her friends, and they in the Ma'Khia Bryant situation. There's 9 or 10 kids out there trying to jump, some adults. You trying to calm everything down. But they don't want to calm down. They started checking your daughter. 9 out of 10, you're going to get mad.
Yes, sir.
And you're going to unload that thing. You're going to lose your cool. Your human instinct going to take over. You're going to become a parent. Then also you're going to become the one that want to solve the situation. So you might take that extreme. So now, if a human being can do that, a policeman or a soldier is a human being. But you train them to be killers. You train them to do these things and then try to take away the human emotion side, which you can never get rid of. Because if you give somebody the power to say they are in charge, what they going to do when they're mad about you disrespecting that authority?
Yep, exactly. And that's the thing I was talking about earlier, man. I think that a lot of times is the authority is questioned, and when they feel like the authority is questioned, they're gonna do something to get the authority back. We got another caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? I think we lost that caller. I think it was Donna. I think he's actually at work. That's that background noise that we heard. So hopefully he'll come back in a little bit. Sherelle, what do you say to that, man? And you spoke on it a little bit earlier. When the authority is questioned, that's when they act in a way that they act. But it's not justified. It's not right because you still got a dead body.
Yeah, I mean, that's just like what Rico said. At the end of the day, if he did have a murder charge, of course they're going to assume you're armed and dangerous. Doesn't mean you are, but they're going to assume you're armed and dangerous because of that charge or because of whatever, however they put the meat, however they do. And so you have to comply when you do have that, or else you're going to die. I mean, they're trained to do that. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't comply, you die. That's really what it is. And that's any situation. I don't care if it's a traffic ticket. You don't comply, guess what? Even if you do comply sometime and they feel like you reaching, guess what? You know, so but in that, I don't know. If he was running, it takes for me to dig in my pocket or wherever my gun is, and it takes for me to aim it for you to think I have a gun. Or it takes for me to up my arm for you to assume that that's what it is, even if it's not. But if he didn't do that, and if he's running from you, even in the state of South Carolina gun laws, you come to my house and you trespass or you do anything self-defense for a gun, I can't even shoot you in the back.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So if I'm running away from you, I'm gonna go down. Because if you're leaving and I'm shooting you and it's proven that you were trying to leave, I'm gonna go down.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. We can't really
It's tough.
I don't know. The officer know why he did it. The officer know why he did it. I don't know. I don't know. This is the same stuff repetitive happening over and over again. So I don't know. But he know why he did it. Was it justifiable? I can't say. I wasn't there.
But see the thing. I mean, but Sherelle, the thing about it is, and I agree with what you're saying. But the thing about it, a lot of times when we pull the sheet back and look at the ones that's laid on the ground dead, they look like you and I. But the ones that beat up the police, I saw the video where the dude beat up the police, 2 police officers, went to try to grab one of their weapons and beat them, and all this, got in the SUV and drove off, and throughout the whole battle, that whole 10 minutes that they were fighting against each other, no weapons was drawn by the police officers, no taser by the police officers. They just saying, stop, you can't do that, stop, we the police. But he was not shot and killed. He got in their SUV and drove. I'm sure y'all saw the video. Rico, they got in his SUV, got in the police officer SUV, and he drove off. He lived.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but I mean, we know this. You know what I'm saying? We keep having these conversations. But we know this. We know this stuff. You know what I'm saying? We can't keep complaining about it if we don't do nothing about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we all know, even in history, black is a dark color. Black is not good. Black is considered not good. You know what I'm saying? So we know this. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Rico, what's on your heart, brother? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Sherelle. Finish your thought.
No, go ahead.
Rico, what's on your heart, brother?
I mean, to me, that really shows why it should be a necessity. It should be a requirement for police officers and soldiers to have to go through a monthly therapy session, a monthly evaluation. And I ain't talking about from the people that work with them. I'm talking about from outside evaluators that can judge the mindset of people. Because sometimes when you sit down with people, they can tell you anything, but when you get them out and they get comfortable in their regular environment, they'll let the guards down. They'll show them true selves. And that really happens with cops. You know what I'm saying? Especially when they have the thought process that, okay, I got a tendency to abuse my power, so let me act a certain way. See, some people don't know how to limit that. Some people just know they got power, and they don't even know when they're abusing it. They just power crazy. They don't use enough common sense to say, okay, wait a minute, I got to be careful that I don't cross the line. But you have those few smart ones that know that they're crossing the line. And they may intentionally be cops because that's what they want to do. They want to be able to inflict their will on people, whether good or bad. They have that authority to determine outcomes of situations. So, you have to have people come in and give them therapy. Because like I said, you can't wipe the human nature from somebody. You can't, unless they're just completely brainwashed, been hypnotized or something. You can't take anger, happiness, or joy from a person. That's always going to be there. Love, just all those emotions. They will never leave. So with those emotions still being in a human being, regardless of your occupation, it has to be understood that you can still go through the same flaws or same behavior spell that everybody else goes through.
That's good. I just want to, and I feel what Sherelle just said. We have to. We could talk about this thing until 3257. 3257. It is 2021. We can talk about it 3257, and until we do something about it, it's never gonna change. But what is it? What is the solution that we have to do? Sherelle? What do you think a solution is?
I mean, well, solution is first of all, you got to show up to these. A lot of people don't even show up to safety forums and public safety forums and stuff. That's where they keep a lot. They'll tell you what they're going to do to people in the street if you show up. They'll tell you. The sheriff will tell you. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people have to get more involved. It's all talk. And no bite. You know what I'm saying? We could talk all day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We could talk, yell and scream all day. You have to show up at these offices. You have to show the righteous sheriffs and stuff, righteous legislators and stuff. That's what you have to do. You got to hit the people who, and then you got to pay attention to who voting them in.
Yeah.
And who, because a lot of times these laws are because of what, you know what I'm saying? They change because of who's voting in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So trust me, they have a right. Somebody voted for this to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So they're not going to do this if it's not written.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to do it if it's not written. So you have to show up to your safety forum meetings. Trust me, I've been to plenty up here. And our sheriff has told us exactly what they were going to do, when they were going to do it, who they wanted to get. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Literally gave names.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't know that because they don't. It's F the police. No, I'm gonna go right there in that meeting. I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna talk to you. And I'm gonna see what you got to say. You know what I'm saying? That's me. And guess what I did?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody that the sheriff named, I went straight to him. Hey, y'all sheriff about to get you on this day. You might not want to be home.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That, you know what I mean? So it's just like, unless, you know what I mean? Like, this is because he said you got this charge and that charge. I know our sheriff said to us, one of the biggest drug dealers in our city. He said all he's doing is waiting for him to get as small as a traffic ticket, and he's gone. He literally said that. You see what I'm saying? So that's why and guess what I did? Hey, you better not get a traffic ticket.
Yeah. Don't even drive.
You see what I'm saying?
Don't even drive.
It's like,
yeah,
that's what he said.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he said. So and so it takes you getting involved. It takes all this. I mean, it's nothing wrong with chanting. You know, you have your community people who chant and stuff and march. It takes, but then you have those who go down and show up. You have to support those people who's going down there in their faces too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They look at numbers. They look at how you represent your community. That's what they look at. They're about numbers. So that's what you have to do. You want something to change, you got to get out there and try to make it change. Until then, complaining, I mean, you lose your right to complain about something if you choose to put up with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's just like, I don't know. But we listen to it all the time. We go to these forums. We don't care about the sheriff. We'll tell them about his stuff too. You know, we do that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we also have to remember sometimes, and I know this. So I think a lot of things is black and white. A lot of people look at things as black and white.
Yes.
Which you have to sometimes. But we have to also remember that sometimes officers are not wrong too. Sometimes, very rare.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes they're not wrong too, so we have to be accountable on our end as well.
Yeah.
So if we want something to change, we gotta change it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you want something bad enough, you'll do what it takes to get it done.
Exactly.
Not saying it's gonna happen overnight.
Mm-hmm. It's a process.
But it's definitely a process. In the world where we're not favored, it's definitely a process.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So, but it's gonna take more than just me, you, and Rico to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now
you know what I'm saying? So
is Matt is what's his name? Matt still the sheriff up there?
Matt, yes, he is. No, he's not. No, he's not.
Okay.
Or is he? I don't know. He's in Lexington. I'm in Richland County.
Oh, you got a lot.
So he's
got a lot. Yeah.
We have y'all favorite sheriff, right?
Nah, I you know, I honestly speaking,
yeah, we got a lot.
I never cared too much for that fella. I never cared too much for him. But you know, a lot of people love him though. A lot of people love him. A lot of people love him. I just never cared for him. I actually had a conversation.
I still don't, and he don't care for me.
Yeah,
that's a different conversation.
Yeah, exactly. And he and I we had conversation. I don't talk to him before, but I let it be known. I just don't care too much for you, bro. I just you're not my cup of tea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's not. But they love him. Trust me, it's black folks voting him in too. So I mean, they love him. They do love him.
Yeah.
Only credit I give him is if he say he gonna get you, he gonna get you. That's the only credit I give him. Other than that, I don't agree with anything else he does.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Hey, Raheem.
Yes, sir.
You asked the question, right, about how can you get them to change.
Mm-hmm.
And you ain't never get nobody to change nothing until they admit it needs to be a change.
Uh-huh.
When they admit that a change needs to happen, then they'll work on it. But right now they're gonna be in denial like they always have. You know, when you get cops to admit, you know what? Sometimes I do get mad and get frustrated, and I think about pulling my gun first.
Mm-hmm.
instead of getting tired and running after this person because they might get away.
Yeah.
And I don't want them to get away.
Mm-hmm.
You see, that sometimes people want to succeed. They want to achieve their goal.
Yeah.
They want to catch this person while they got their hands on them.
Mm-hmm.
And before they get away, bang.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna catch you. We're gonna shoot you while you're running.
Yeah.
So you have to get those people to admit, yeah, man, I get weak to my human emotions sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I feel like, what was that in Richmond, Virginia, where you had the black police chief that had white officers that worked up under him that were praying for the day they could use their new AR-15s on the Black Lives Matter protesters. I can't wait to shoot some of these niggas.
Mm.
And they got caught on radio saying it.
Wow.
But would they admit that if a therapist or somebody came to them and said, hey, are you tired of black people? And would you shoot them if you had the opportunity to kill one and get away with it? Mm-hmm. Oh, no, I uphold the law. I take control of the situation and treat everybody fair. I got an oath to uphold. But then on the radio, when you didn't think nobody was listening, you were talking to a comrade that felt the same way as you. Y'all had your pom-poms. We gonna kill some niggas.
Yeah. Exactly.
So you gotta admit, that atmosphere exists, and then you can work on that it needs to change. Because if you don't think it needs to change, if you think that mentality needs to be in your police department, why? I don't see anything wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see any bad behavior, any signs that they may be corrupt. But you've been seeing signs the whole time that they're corrupt, but you don't want to admit it because you won't cross these lines of loyalty.
Exactly.
What they call the thin blue line,
yes,
these
sir.
imaginary lines, the loyalties that they come up with, it won't allow them to take any kind of hit against their authority because now they got some prestige. Not only have they got authority, so they got prestige, and people do not like losing their positions.
Wow. And see that, and that's one of the things right there, man. You hit something right there, Rico. That's one of the things that your president, when he was talking about we got good people on both sides. We got good people on both sides. You sitting there, you looking at what's going on and what's really happening. But he said we have, you got good people on both sides. So he was endorsing the people that was doing the evil. Am I right in my assessment of that, Rico?
Yep, you're correct. You're correct in that. I mean, they didn't want to chastise them or restrain them from what they were doing because it benefits their outlook too.
Yeah.
This is what I believe in. I'm all with that. Yeah, I wish they would knock some of them Black Lives Matter protesters down too. I get tired of seeing these niggas with their butts hanging out. Talking the drive talk. Yeah, man, you know this, you know that. I don't heard them on tape before. I don't walk around and heard them around the corner talking. It's crazy what you hear people saying behind closed doors. But when you are in a position of power and authority, where you're supposed to have some type of honor and integrity and no bias, you treat everybody equal. You can't do that. But see, we are human, so you got to expect people to do that.
Yeah.
Guess what? This politician ain't gonna vote to send his son to Iraq before he send your son.
Exactly.
He might change his mind if it's his son at risk.
Yes, sir. It changes.
So he got to admit that there's some bias. He got to admit there's some bias. He got to admit that he favors certain people over others, and then they also need to admit that when I get mad, sometimes I think a little irrational, and I want to take the easy way out, and that's why some of these people are dead.
Yep, exactly.
Because it was too hard to run after them, or we didn't want to keep chasing after them. So we just took the easy route out and solved this problem. I took control of the situation.
And I handled it. We got another caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Buck Tussle.
Oh, money, boo, boo, boo. Alabama and what? Mississippi. There you go. I know where you're from, brother. Tucson. Good morning. How you doing this morning?
It's all right, Mr. Country.
Hey, we're talking about, man, something happened here in Atlanta yesterday, and a police officer saw somebody, and Rico clarified for us, man. It was a murder suspect, and they spotted him in a car, and he took off running in the car, and they did a little pursuit, did a pit maneuver. His car went over the embankment,
Oh, no
and
problem, no problem.
and when it went over the embankment, he got out the car, and they say he had a weapon, but he took off running. He took off running and trying to get away from them. They shot and killed him. Donna Tucson, do you think they were justified in shooting somebody that was trying to get away, that was running away from them, or because he's a murder suspect, does that make it okay?
We try him and convict him. I mean, not we.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think when Rico had saying some things, you know, when a person gets frustrated and you embarrass them or you make them do a little bit more than they intend to do, that upsets them.
Mm-hmm.
And when a person is upset or the adrenaline gets, I can't pronounce that word, get to flowing, they'll do anything.
Yeah.
So you done made me run. No go.
Okay, Donna. I see you acting up this morning, brother. You acting up.
I talk like Rico. Rico call him.
Rico say it right on out. Rico say it. Rico, you trying to dress it up a little bit. Rico will come right out with it. Okay. Yes, sir.
But you done made me run. Now I'm gonna have to kill you.
Yeah. See, now I got to cut you.
There's no option.
Yeah.
Because you done made me run. So now, you're gonna have to pay the price.
Yes, sir.
I'm not gonna wait. You know, we're not looking to apprehend you because you're dangerous, armed and dangerous. The order may have been shoot to kill.
Yeah.
They give that order. You know, and they might not have it on the open line, but they'll make a phone call because they got their number.
Yeah.
You know, certainly one of them. Make a phone call, or they make that decision. Him and his partner sitting in the car. You look at him. He almost put people's lives in danger. So when you put a person's life in danger, then you're more of a threat. Because he didn't surrender, right?
No.
So it's a twofold fault. We don't like to admit it. We're going to protest and we're going to do everything else. But between the time that they tried to apprehend you and the time that they shot you, all of them people between that point and the other point, you put in danger.
Yeah.
So now you're a hazard. So was it justified? Because maybe he ran off a little old lady off the road. I don't know. I don't know what happened. But I know it would have been better for him to just say, "You got me." And they take him to jail. They might have beat him down when they got him to jail. But if he would have just raised his hand up, laid down on the ground, or whatever the case may be, whatever they told him to do.
See, it sounds like to a certain degree, you're spreading the ownership of this across the board on both parties.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we don't like to admit it, but see, we want to prove a point. We want to prove the police officer wrong. So because of the past things that some of them have done, but all cops ain't bad cops. We can't put them all in a category of its own. It's not like that. So here you got a man that's trying to take care of his family, and he knows the law, and he tries to get you to abide by the law, and you decide not to. Halt, or I'll shoot. That's what they do in the military.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Halt, or I'll shoot. That's your response. That's what they tell you, right? When they train you.
Two options.
Right?
Only two options. Only two. Yeah.
Now, what if you move in the military realm? What's going to happen to you?
You're going to get shot.
Well, there you go.
You're going to get shot. Okay. Sherelle, what do you say to that? And we're going to get to our topic in just a second.
Oh, I agree. I agree.
Okay. Rico?
Yeah, I mean, he hit it on the head. I mean, it's like this. You want it for murder. Now, in your mind, if you are that murderer, you ain't turned yourself in, and you ain't trying to turn yourself in. You ain't trying to go to jail. And when they get behind you, you a threat to the public. Mm-hmm. You running in a car. Like Don said, you can run over an old lady, a child. Anybody can have a car accident. So now you're a threat to the public. Mm-hmm. So now, not only did they make the cop run and he's mad, but they disobeyed his order. Mm-hmm. And I am the authority. I'm the one that brings order to the scene, that stops all the drama and the trouble. When I come here and I say sit down and shut up, I mean sit down and shut up. Mm-hmm. The law is here. And if you don't listen to me, the ultimate authority, I'm going to knock you down. Mm-hmm. Because I'm mad you disobeyed me. You disrespectful. You didn't listen to listen to me. I'm an officer of the law. I wear the badge around here. I run the show. Mm-hmm. So even when you right or wrong, that's the mentality that they got. They have been hired to bring order and to protect the law, protect citizens. Now, let's get back to this man running, though. If I'm a cop, I'm going to assume this man knows he's wanted for murder. And he ain't trying to turn himself in. He ain't trying to go to jail. He probably going to do whatever to make sure he don't go. So now I try to pull him over. He ain't stopping. He about to kill people running. He'll shoot me if he got a gun. He shoot. It ain't no doubt about that. So I got to do what I got to do first chance I get to disable this threat before he hurts other people. So, sometimes we have to be honest about what we're arguing about, what we disagree with. Then not just be honest, but think thoroughly. Put ourselves in each person's shoes. Mm-hmm. Ask what they were doing, what would we have done, what could have been in their minds, and what was the best way to solve it. Mm-hmm. Wasn't no peaceful way to solve that when he ran. When he decided not to turn himself in, and he was going to do whatever it do to stay a free man, mm-hmm. Then he made up his mind. Then when he decided to run, he made up his mind. You got to do what you got to do to stop me.
Yeah.
So, this is one of them fights that we shouldn't be fighting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Watch this. I'm gonna play this right here. Then we're gonna go to our topic, and I can't wait to hear what y'all gonna say on this particular topic right now, especially the young lady, man. Look here. She gonna have something to say on this right here. But I'm gonna play this little clip, and this is almost like as comical as it is. This is pretty much what it's like. Take a listen to this. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit.
When I say whoa, I mean whoa. Whoa, Camel. Whoa. Come on, whoa. When I say whoa, I mean whoa.
You stupid. That's exactly what they mean.
Yeah. And so it just came to me, man. I said, man, I gotta pull this clip up and play this clip, man, because Yosemite Sam, man, he beat the mess out of that camel, man. He
hit the nail on the
head. Hey, made me tired.
Exactly, and that's what we're up against, man. But you got to understand, though, what we're missing in this whole thing is people are losing their lives, though. People are dying, man. And is questioning your authority enough to kill somebody? That's where I'm at with it, man. Sherelle, what do you say to that?
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
Is questioning someone's authority enough to cost them their life?
No.
No. Mm-hmm. But when I say whoa, I mean whoa. That's when I say Don will laugh like crazy. When I say whoa, that means whoa. If you ain't gonna whoa, then there's gonna be some consequences and repercussions because of you questioning my authority, and I'm gonna do what I have to do to gain my authority back, even if it means killing you. Man, that's sick.
Yeah, see right here. see right here, look at this. It's more than one thing that they feel like being disrespected. Not only do they feel like you disrespecting them, they feel like you disrespecting the position, the badge, their authority, and you ain't even scared of that gun on their hip.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't scared. I don't care about that gun, chump.
Yeah, yeah.
Take that gun and that badge off, and I'll whoop you out here.
Yeah.
Oh, you will?
Mm-hmm.
And I still got this gun on my hip. Come here.
Exactly.
You know, they're looking for a skill. You bad, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you know, and like I said, that has to be admitted. That mentality of you don't tell me what to do. I'm a cop.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're a human still.
Yeah, yeah.
But you don't disrespect me. I'm a cop. You do what I tell you to do. I'm a cop. You got to admit sometimes these officers need to admit that they don't really understand that there's a limitation to their authority,
mm-hmm.
a limitation to their power. Mm-hmm. Some need to admit, yeah, I shot him because I was tired.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And they'll never do that. Yes, sir.
You got to never forget that you got on every job known to man, they hire FBI.
Mm-hmm.
Friends, how you call that? Brothers and in-laws. That might have been the chief's son.
Yeah.
Or cousin or somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And that puts him in a greater mindset that you don't know who you're fooling with.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
The chief is my uncle.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. Wow. We got another.
And I've been trained to kill. I've been trained to shoot. You just don't know. I'll knock your head off.
Mm-hmm. From across town. Mm. We got another caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
816 KC Finance.
Hey, K with an E. What's going on, young?
Yes, it is.
How you doing this morning?
Just as blessed as can be.
There you go. There you go. We're going to get into our topic because we've been talking about the situation with the police officer and the killing that happened here in the Atlanta area. But I want to get to the topic. I want to ask y'all the question. And Sherelle, I'm gonna start off with you. Sherelle, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Can you talk too much? And I'm gonna let you go exactly where you want to go with it. I'm not gonna guide anybody in any kind of way. I'm gonna ask the question: can you talk too much? What do you say to that?
Yeah, we can. Everybody can sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But it depends too.
On what? Help me understand it.
It depends on the topic that we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Because you might need to hear what I got to say if I'm talking too much. You might got to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes I might be wrong and I'm talking too much.
Yeah.
You know, so definitely. Now, what are you talking about right here? Because I already know it's going to be a curveball with the topic.
No. It's just, let me ask you a question. Is it possible to talk yourself into a job and to talk yourself out of a job? Or I use a job as a situation, but sales as just a crutch, if you will. But is there a thing of maybe you could talk yourself into a good situation or talk yourself out of a good situation because you just run your mouth too much?
Absolutely. Absolutely. What you tell yourself can hinder what you can say I can't and talk yourself out of a job.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So sometimes we do talk ourselves out of good situations, relationships, jobs, friendships, you know, life. Sometimes you got to be careful what you say. Words hold power.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's good. That's good. Toussaint, what do you say to that, man? Can you talk too much?
Not to me. I'm gonna let you stay right there. You can. I mean, that's why I try to limit my words, because answer the question and shut up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, matter of fact, we had a guy that came back to the church, and I know he talks too much. Cause I see him at the grocery store sometimes. I say, brother, you got 2 minutes. And after that, and I let him know from straight up, after 2 minutes, you're 2 minutes up, I'm walking away from you. And he steady be talking. That's the people.
Yeah.
There's one guy here that he started a conversation with you, and you be walking out the door, and he steady going.
Mm-hmm.
And one time, doggone it, if I didn't walk out the door, go out in the workplace, come back, he was still having the conversation.
By himself.
Wasn't with me because I was walking out, but he was talking. He steady going.
Mm-hmm.
And then you say, "Oh, what I was telling you was."
Wow. Wow.
But is that talking too much?
Well, see, Donna, he just wanted to get it out, man. He just wanted to get that's all it was. Poor fella, bless his little heart. He just wanted to get it out, man. He wanted to get it out. He had to get it out. And you started him on his way, and he couldn't stop till he got it all out. Kay, what do you say to that? Can you talk too much?
You can definitely talk too much. I have a cousin talked it up right in the jail.
Good Lord.
I was like, you talk to yourself right on in there. I said, do your little 5 years, you be all right. Talk to yourself right in the jail.
Lord.
I was like, that really, and they say self don't tell on self. Yes, it do.
Mm-hmm.
Self will tell on self. They can trick you up, trick your words up, and then you stumbling on what you trying to say because of what they said to you, and you done told on yourself. He literally told on himself, got himself a quick 5 years. And they self don't tell on self. I said, you better believe half of what you hear and some of what you see.
And sometimes people get to talking so much, it has nothing to do with even the question that's asked. They get to talking and before you know it, they telling all kind of stuff that had nothing to do with the question they was asked of them. Sometimes that's how they roll. Rico, what do you say to that, brother? Can you talk too much?
Yeah, that really depends on who you're talking to.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones that are going to determine if you're talking too much, because you might be telling somebody about your personal belongings, and they just taking it all in so they could come and kick your doors in when you post your pictures on Facebook of being in Miami.
Yes, sir.
You go? Ooh, I remember she said she had that Rolex sitting up in there. Ooh, man. And that PPE up in there. She said oh, man. So, yeah, you can talk too much depending on, and it can hurt you or it can hurt another person. And then sometimes we don't talk enough. But in the case where some people might say we talk too much, they might be saying we talk too much because they didn't want us to say something they didn't want to be known. I think you changed the topic up, and it was supposed to be, is it any shame in your game? And you know what? Sometimes when people are ashamed about what they do, and they're lying, they're deceiving people, and you taking them for their word, and then you just happen to come around and repeat something that they said was their word, but it wasn't true. Man, you weren't supposed to say it there, man. I just told you that.
Yeah.
You talk too much. But, bro, I didn't know that you were lying. I didn't know that you really, when I walked in the break room and you said that you were struggling because child support was kicking you in your butt, I didn't know you really wasn't paying child support. You were just lying to fit in. Or you were just talking so you just saying stuff out your mouth.
Yeah.
Because it sounded good or it sounded bad, but it wasn't true. Wasn't even necessary. But I took that word for it. Oh, man, buddy going through child support problem too. They tearing his mouth up. Tearing his mouth out. Wait a minute. He ain't paying no child support. Oh, I didn't know. He told me. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Sometimes people can say you talk too much because they don't think you line. And you went back and repeated that line that you thought was true. So now you talk too much. But I told you supposed to stay between me and you. So that sometimes it's self-snitching, and then sometimes it's snitching on others. But yeah, we can talk too much, and then at times we don't talk enough.
Now, Rico, I'm gonna stay with you for a second. And ask you this: what about the pillow talking?
Oh, that's even worse. That's what gets you robbed. That's what get you. That's what have your best friend coming back, doubling back, trying your wife. That's what has your there's just so many different things that can happen with that pillow talk. Telling, oh man, yeah, you went to another level then. You went to another level.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
That pillow talk, man, it can actually cost you your life.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I've seen it happen so many times. Men that mess with random women, but they're so high up on their horse that they like to brag. Ooh, I got this. I got that. I got a plug in California. Oh yeah, you just doing it big. You fly to California once a week, way from out here in Alabama getting kilos. Ooh, yeah, ain't that nice? And guess what she gonna do? She gonna go right back and tell the police.
Yep.
Matter of fact, one of the men she might be messing with might be a cop.
Exactly.
I know that happened down here one time. It's actually that is actually happening down here, to be honest with you. So I mean, you know, that pillow talking, man, you know, people trying to toot their own horn. Look what I got. I got this. I got that. I'm the man. Even though I live right here in Anderson, Alabama, man, I'm as big as Bill Gates. And everybody should be fascinated by me. And I'm going to tell you why, because I got this and I got that. Oh, yeah, you got it going on, don't you? Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Even I'm trying to think about that movie, Money Talks, with Chris Tucker. And Chris Tucker was telling the man how they did him when they were trying to arrest him. And Faith Love said, they put their hands on you.
Yeah.
He let Chris Tucker just tell everything, but he wasn't studying nothing Chris was saying. He was trying to move in on Chris.
They put their hand on you like this. Oh Lord.
Chris was talking too much, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't paying no attention to the fact that the man was trying to put some moves on. He must took his shirt off and everything.
Exactly. They put their hands on you like this, and then they did it like this. How they did it? I said, oh Lord, look at this fool. Sherelle, what's on your heart, sis?
Oh, I'm just listening.
Okay, good deal, good deal. Let's go to K with an E. K with an E, what's on your heart, man? Can you talk too much? Is there anything pillow talk? Is that a killer?
Oh yes, pillow talk can get you in a lot of trouble. Because you done told this person your deepest secrets, pillow talking, and now you treating them like you ain't told them your deepest secrets. You done told them your deepest secrets.
Exactly.
Now they can go back and tell all them people. I know a guy that he almost went to jail behind pillow talk. I think, and I told him when he came to me, I said, that's because you talk too much.
Yeah.
And you think everybody's so cool. I said, they got a song out. Everybody ain't your friend. Everybody ain't your partner.
Yep.
I said, y'all should learn how to listen to the lyrics of y'all rap music. I said, because they making it for a reason, so that y'all will find out before it's too late.
Exactly.
Your woman ain't even, your pillow talk should go between you and God, because God ain't gonna tell on you. Your woman gonna tell you. As soon as you mistreat, you tell him.
Yep. right down there, telling everything. We got another caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Good morning, this is Bishop.
Good morning, Bishop. How you doing this morning?
Man, I'm blessed, my brother. How you doing?
Hey, doing well. We the topic is can you talk too much? Bishop, can a person talk too much?
Man, yeah. Sometimes people get to run off at the mouth so much, man, I'll tell you the truth. You just don't want to hear them no more. Yeah.
Telling everybody their business and everybody else's business.
Oh yeah. 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 My wife, she often reminds me, said, when you get up to talk, I said, okay. I don't want to tell it all, and I don't want to tell too much. And yeah, so you got to be careful. But a lot of times people getting run off at the mouth, and I be like, man, will you just shut up? You're going to mess around and put yourself in trouble.
Exactly. Now let's talk about the pillow talk, Bishop. You know, how can pillow talk help or hurt somebody?
Pillow talk will be for the bedroom, correct? Yeah, well, I mean, you leave that for the bedroom when it comes down to trying to be romantic with your significant other.
But you get on that pillow, Bishop. You get to tell him some stuff, man. You know that pillow. You get to confess. It's like being in a counseling session. Sometimes you get to run in your mouth too much. You gotta know when that.
Well, I guess we have a different definition of pillow talk, then, right?
Yeah. See, we talking about when you're telling everything, lay on that pillow, and you're telling everything, you're confessing everything. You're telling all your business. Yeah, you're telling all your business to this person that's sharing that pillow with you, or on that pillow beside you. You're telling too much. You're talking too much.
Well, see, now when you start talking about pillow talk, I'm thinking about something different when the man and the woman her.
I know.
Yeah, I'm thinking about this. You want to talk about confession of the soul? No, you still don't tell all that either. I don't care. Yeah, last week I was Sue, and Sue didn't do it the way you do it, and I just want you to know the way she did it was better. And I'm like, yeah, you're gonna be laying in bed by yourself with the knife upside your head.
Look here, me and Bishop, we went downtown, man, and we picked up 4 keys. We picked up 4 keys. We're gonna move them things, man. We got people coming in from Anderson, Alabama, and they're gonna come and pick it up, and they're gonna move it down to the southeast, and this is how we're gonna move it right here. You know, really? Yeah. And Rico, before you know it, they're knocking at your door. Talk to me, Rico.
They're knocking that bad boy down. They don't watch it. They don't watch every move. They don't have cars following you. Yeah, they would tell the truth.
Yeah,
he sure said it. But they probably shouldn't change that name. It probably shouldn't be called Pillow Talk. It should probably be called Pillow Confession.
Confessionals, yeah.
Because that's what most people do.
Yeah.
They get down and they start confessing. You know what? I feel so close to you. I always have wanted to tell. I ain't never told nobody this before in my life. Before you know it, girl, that fool came back and told me he slept with his cousin.
Wow.
Pillow confession.
Yes, sir.
You feel close. You feel a connection with this person. That says what's good. You put it on me, babe. I ain't going nowhere. Sunshine. Let me start opening up and tell you everything in my heart.
I got to just pour it out. I've been holding on to this for too long. Holding on to it for too long. I got to tell somebody. I think you're the person. You're the person I got to tell. Donald Tucson, talk to me, brother.
That's why they got your man, because you talk too much.
Look here. Watch this. Hold on. Let me play it for you.
You talk too much. You talk too much.
That's Ron DMC. Ron DMC said it back in the day. Said you talk too much, homeboy. You never shut up. Go ahead.
Never shut up.
Exactly.
Boy, and you wonder why some people look like Boo Boo the Fool and they mad with their friend, because all of a sudden their friend want to see what you been talking about all that time. So they catch you off guard, and here they are bending over in front of your man, and you mad because you talk too much.
Yeah.
You want to know how it was, boy, girl, child, and we guys the same way. Man, I put it down last night, man. Boy, my girl, this, that, other. You talk too much.
Yeah.
Anybody know it? Well, anybody want to know that? You running your mouth, I want to get off of that for a minute, but I'm gonna change it.
Okay, go ahead.
To talking too much, but Bishop, you ever heard a preacher say, "I'm in my clothes," and he stay up there 30 minutes? You talk too much. I heard him say it, and I've been sitting behind him when they were preaching. I said, "Man, I thought you said you've been to clothes. You talk 30 more minutes, man. You talk too much."
Exactly. Let me go to Sherelle, because Sherelle, now in South Carolina, I lived in South Carolina in Columbia for 10 years. So I know sometimes people have a tendency to exaggerate certain situations. Do them South Carolinians talk too much?
You're not gonna do us now. Yeah. I mean, anywhere you go, people talk too much. It ain't just South Carolinians and our Colombian people. But yeah, we definitely talk a lot up here. We do a lot of talking and about things you don't know, about things you do know, what you should do. We do a lot of that up here. But we come together when it's time, though. I can't say that. We definitely come together when it's time, but we do a lot of talking up here.
Lord, yes. You ask them a question, boy. Before you know it, it's an hour or so later, and you found their story, their cousin's story, their aunt, cousins, and sisters.
That's right. Because we gotta get it all out in one conversation. So when we done, we done. After that, we're not gonna say nothing else.
Exactly.
Gonna go on about our day.
That's how it is. Now, Kay, how is them people over there in Kansas? Do they have a tendency to talk too much?
Huh?
The people over there in Kansas, Kate, do people have a tendency to talk too much?
You said in Kansas?
Yeah.
We had somebody. They said somebody got on Facebook and said, "Why is we got so many people from Kansas worried about Missouri people and what's going on in Kansas City, Missouri? They across the water. They ain't got enough business over there to talk about." So what did that tell you? That was on Facebook yesterday.
Wow. Wow. But
somebody's wife was like, "I'm looking for her. Where's she at?" I was like, "Whoa!" They put it on Facebook. I said, "Y'all don't tag me in and don't send me nothing else." I was like, I'm just laughing though, because you can talk too much. Sometimes you really can talk too much.
Exactly.
Literally.
Exactly. Now, Rico, let me ask you this: How do you know? And everybody have different gauges on this. How do you know what you can tell somebody and what you can't tell anybody? Because some people can't hold water, man. Some people I won't tell nothing to. How do you gauge that, Rico?
Well, it really depends on how important it is to you. You know, like I said, if you don't want somebody trying to come back and steal what you got, then you don't want to start bragging about your valuables and where you keep them at, or how good you got them hid. Oh man, I know people. Sometimes you need to keep it to yourself that you know people.
Yeah.
I had to tell a city councilman that one time. She wanted to go on Facebook and make a post after she won an election of how much of an asset I was to her. But we somewhat on two different sides of the track. Sometimes I could be very disrespectful. I say things that most politicians can't say, so you won't assume I would be associated with certain people. But we associate. So I told her it would be best for her to just keep me in her back pocket. Because everybody didn't need to know that we were comrades like that. And she sort of got it. Because it might wear off on her. They might use it against her. Or they might come at me. Yeah. Anything can happen. Come at me and try something against me to use against her. Bring up a post I made in the past. Oh, she communicating with him and he racist. He done said this and that about white people. Look at his Facebook post. So, I told him, look, I'm cool with me and you just associating the way we do. The public ain't got to know we are as close as we are. Because it ain't everybody's business. Sometimes it's important that you keep those things to yourself. They call them your assets.
Yeah.
Or you'll have them taken from you, like you said, like Dawn was saying earlier. I ain't never been one that like to listen to my friends talk about their conquers, the women they conquered. Because it would keep me. Even then, if it was a jump off, especially back in the day, if it was a jump off, somebody ain't care about, how we were being random, no big deal.
Yeah.
But don't come telling me about your girl, because I might look at her different when I see her from now on. And I ain't never looked at her like that. But when you tell the stuff you saying she do, oh my God, that sounds like heaven.
Yeah.
Why did you tell me that? So, I don't want, sometimes I don't even want to hear what's been going on, what you're doing with your girl, or how she handled this and that. Because I don't want to be tempted.
Yeah.
I'm human. I'm flawed myself. I'm weak. I'm not weak to the point where I'm guaranteed to double back behind somebody. But I don't want to be entertaining. Ooh, I wonder what that's like every time I see her.
Yeah.
I don't want to be looking at her thinking, now I wonder how she look when she's looking back at it. I don't want to be looking at that, imagining in my head while I'm talking to her. So keep that kind of stuff to yourself.
Yeah.
Some things are meant to be kept personally.
Now, Sherelle, from a young lady standpoint, how do y'all deal? Do y'all even talk about stuff like that amongst each other?
Yeah, amongst each other.
Yes. When y'all ladies get together, do y'all? Huh? When y'all ladies get together, do y'all discuss stuff like that?
I mean, I think men do too.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I know that we do, but I don't know what y'all talk about.
Yeah. You asking too much right here.
You ain't let we ain't trying to get you to break no female codes and all that stuff. We're not trying to get you to do that. We just ask a question.
Nah, but we have conversations amongst each other. We definitely talk about a lot amongst each other.
Okay. 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 What do you say to that? Y'all talk about that stuff like that?
We talk about stuff like what?
Activities that y'all have with y'all men and stuff like that. Do y'all have them discussions? Cause Rico said men do it all the time, and he said he don't like.
Men do it all the time, and then they mad because they homeboy or they homeboy boy trying to talk to their girl. You told too much. Okay. And women don't do it, and women that do it normally get their men flirted with or messed with.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's not a good practice, basically.
Not never been a good practice for a man or a woman.
Okay. Boy, look at y'all women got to stepping on some eggshell. Boy, I stepped on some fragile ground that time. Whoa.
Man, that thing had some invisible shields all around it.
You saw it.
I heard the real story, and I'm like, wait a minute, yes or no? Blah, blah, blah.
I'm like, Lord, let me get. I said, let me get out of this one right here quick. Let me go ahead and ask you a question because I want to ask Kay as well. But then we're gonna get away from this part right here. We're gonna get away from this quick because it got real.
Yeah, you like to step on it. Then you like to. I was anxious. I was like, oh, boss, he gonna hit one in, but let's see what they say. Boy, Sherelle with the stuff right off the top. Men do it too.
I'm like, Rico. I was like, what they got to do? I asked you a specific question. You went on a total defense on me. Well, men do it too, and men. Wait a minute. What? I asked you this question though. I asked you this. Okay. It's okay.
We do. I mean, hush, Raheem.
I ain't saying a word. I'm quiet.
But we do. I mean, we do. I keep it real with y'all. We do. We discuss names? No.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't. You know what I'm saying? But we do. We had them conversations.
Okay.
We I mean, I'll be lying if I be like, no, we don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we do.
Okay. Okay. Well, like I said, I'm gonna go to Kay, and I'm gonna let you say anything you want to say on this, and we're gonna certainly gonna move on because. Woo! Kay, anything you want to say?
Just men. That's how they get their women cheated on. Telling too much.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how. The next thing you know, your woman. Mm-hmm. That's just how it happens. Or your best friend done slept with your man because you told her too much.
Mm-hmm. Houdini said if shook him that he was never mine, but in the back of your mind, you know that's just another line. That's what Houdini said now.
But it doesn't matter, but you told him too much.
Mm-hmm.
And once you tell a man or a woman too much about your sex, and then you got your woman go out or anywhere, it don't even matter. You can be like, I'll just go on over there, I'll be there in a minute. But then you get tied up now. Your best friend sitting at your house with your woman that you done told him how she is.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna try. I know a guy lost his wife like that to another guy that they were friends, and then he came and said, "Okay, every time I go over there, she come downstairs in lingerie." I said, "Because he done told you all that stuff, and then he going and she listening to him like you telling him all my personal stuff. She already done eyeballed him, he done eyeballed her. They ended up sleeping. They together right now today."
Wow.
They've been together ever since then.
I bet he
that man wife, and they were married. They got a divorce and everything.
Wow.
He lost his wife to one of his friends, and they shared the same first name. I said she didn't have a problem. It's just like she just remarried her same old husband. She didn't have to quit saying your name or nothing. It's the same name.
Wow.
Only last name. He lost his wife of 20 years
to
his best friend.
That's a knife. That's a knife in the heart right there. That's a knife in the heart. But like you said, it does happen. It does happen. Toya with a T. Good morning. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. Hello, fellas.
Toya, you came in. I don't know if have you been listening to the podcast?
I just heard the end part where it sounded like somebody got done wrong by a so-called friend.
Yeah. Well, we're talking about the topic is can you talk too much? And we're talking about somebody, if you're talking too much to your friends, and that's somebody that actually circled around. He was talking to his boy about his wife, and his boy circled around, and before you know it, the wife and the friend was sleeping together. Now they divorced. 20 years they divorced, and the best friend is with the ex-wife. So I asked a question, and Rico said that a lot of time men talk to their boys about different things, about activities that they have. And I asked the ladies a question, and Toya, you'd be real amazed how the ladies started backing up on me. But I asked them the question: do y'all have those conversations? Do y'all talk about your activities with y'all girlfriends and stuff like that that y'all have with y'all friends? What do you say?
Yeah, but you already know we talk too much.
Mm-hmm.
We talk too much, period, other than men. And yeah, that's the problem, right? Because you got to keep in mind, when people get caught up and in trouble, it's by people who know them and who know their business. Even if you look at TV, when somebody get knocked off for like the insurance money or the lottery money, right? It's like somebody close to them and know their business and what they're doing or where they're going or how they're doing. So that's just how the devil operates. You feel me? At the end of the day, we're supposed to trust each other, but we know we can't because we're not going to do each other right. Or you should be able to talk to your best friends about anything without thinking that they're going to go sleep with your significant other. But when you telling your best friends about the good things, see me, I was reminded that I'm crazy too, and I'm going to kill anything in my way about messing with mine. So before I start talking about all the good things, please remember, I'll kill anything messing with mine. Just going to tell me, and I'm going about my business. Because if I catch you, I'm just going to go and kill everything in the way. It don't matter who you is. See, that's the part we be forgetting to tell too. But absolutely, friends always gonna get you, especially if they think they can. It's like hidden jealousy. It's like Cain and Abel syndrome. Like I don't know if they do it because they secretly want to be you, and it's like they just lining up for the perfect moment to attack. Because it seems like at the end of the day, most of these people, they're not real friends. They're devils and enemies sent to infiltrate our homes and lifestyles to cause distractions and destruction.
That's good. That's good. Let let me go to Bishop. Bishop, what do you say to that, man? Do people just talk too much, man? Do they put too much of their business out there, and then when they get bit by it, it's their fault?
Man, the ladies were speaking so much truth, and I have to agree with it. But you get somebody else's opinion and hit me back.
Okay, Rico, talk to me.
I think it's I don't want to call it a requirement, but an unconscious necessity for people to want to have somebody to talk to. It's really, truly, it is therapy for us to get things off of our chest. So sometimes we just looking for a friend. Everybody doesn't go to therapy or admit to it because they don't even realize that's what they're doing. If it's all true, if there's no lies behind it. If you tend to sit down and want to tell people your business, it's one or two things going on. Either you're trying to brag and impress them, or you just need to have somebody to talk to because you got so much going on that there's too much going on in your head. So, really and truly, when we hear those people that do talk too much, they are sometimes seeking therapy. And unconsciously, when you think about it, they just looking for somebody to talk to. Well, most times when you need therapy, you just need somebody to talk to. So people that talk too much can just need somebody to talk to, and then other times you got to be able to discern. That's why I was saying earlier, you have to be careful about talking too much and telling everything. It is some things you shouldn't tell. Some people are looking for vulnerabilities, from you. And then in other cases, like I said, when people are coming to you, talking to you all the time, sometimes it ain't because they want advice or they want somebody to listen to them. Sometimes they just want to brag. Look at me. Guess what I got? Ain't I special? And it's still some therapy because they're trying to prove to themselves that they're somebody. So they got to go around everybody and show them, look what I got. Look at me. I'm the man. I'm the man. I'm the man, because you still need to make yourself believe you're the man.
Wow.
You got to convince everybody. So it's still some type of therapy and people talking too much. Even with the pillow talk. That pillow talker is looking to just open up and tell somebody something. Maybe he got a body on his hands from 10 years ago. And he ain't never been able to tell nobody, but he finally feel like he done found the right person that could sit back and he could talk to them about some of the things he did in the past because it's wearing him down, and he finally got him a good girl. But she's so good, she ain't gonna sit back and take no information like that and be quiet.
Exactly.
So you can still talk to them, seeking therapy.
Wow. That's good. That's good. Okay, what E, talk to me, sis.
Hey.
I asked a question earlier. Okay, and how do you know? How does K with the E know? Who you can divulge certain information to and who you can't? How do you draw that line?
I draw that line real easy, and I know that I can get on my knees and pray. I can sit on this couch and talk, and I'm gonna be all right.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I'm gonna get answers. I just gotta pay attention to the answer when he give it to me. And I found out the easy way that it's easier to just talk to him. I couldn't even talk to my sister. My sister went and told on me because I dyed my hair when I was 15. I'm like, oh, you a snitch. She told on me. I had to do my own hair because I was 15 because I dyed it at 15. So I learned at 15 that I couldn't trust people because my sister told on me.
Wow.
Ace Boom Coon.
Wow. Donna Tucson, you back with us?
Yeah, man, I'm listening, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you know? How do you know, Donna, who you can trust? Go ahead.
I don't trust nobody.
Mm-hmm.
I know how. Kay is the prime example of what we should be.
Mm-hmm.
There are some things you better talk to Jesus about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because somebody else gonna tell you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, here's the thing. You talk about confession is good for the soul, right? That's scripture, right?
Yes.
Who you want to confess to? I'm talking about the deepest parts of your secrets. Who do you think can handle it? I wouldn't tell. No, there's some things we go right. You got to take to the grave.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like I say, man, once you put it out there, it's out there.
Yeah.
Once you put it out
there, some things you wish you said, man. You know, some of the things that you talk to yourself about. That's the only one you better tell. It might get you locked up.
Mm-hmm.
Might get you killed.
Wow. That's good. Yeah, and that's absolute truth right there. That's absolute truth. Bishop, what's on your heart, brother? How do you know who you can trust and who you can't trust?
Well, that's the thing, man. You don't know altogether until you put in the situation with the person. Donald said a mouthful, Kate was saying something, and what they're saying both, I have to agree. And it's a shame that, you think you can talk to somebody and share certain stories and it be confidential. But next thing you know, it's all the way across the hill, up the mountain, and through the valley. So, I experienced something on the same border. And it was plumb crazy. And I'm like, oh, this supposed to be my homie. I thought we were down like 4 flat tires, as folks would say. So you don't know until you put into the situation where the person that you thought you can confide in was not. And that's what's disappointing and hurting in a lot of cases. But you just hold some stuff in. I promise you, I got a lot of stuff that's going to the grave with me.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
I ain't gonna tell long. But you remember that time, Raheem, when you did?
Here we go. Look, here we go. Let me go to
You better shut your mouth.
Exactly. Look, what? Look, where's that mute button at? Where's the mute button at? Beep. Do you remember when you? Beep,
beep. Hey. You remember, Don? You remember when you went? Yeah, man, shut up.
Exactly.
Man, you talk too much.
Do you remember when you? And you?
Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Exactly. Let me go to Sherelle. How do you handle it when you do confide in someone, and you tell them something, and then all of a sudden here comes somebody else repeating the very thing that you said to that person? How do you handle that? How do you deal with that person from there on, or do you even confront them at all?
If I confided in you and we verified that I didn't want that getting out, and you put it out anyway.
Yes.
How do I address that? I address it directly. How else would I address it? But then you have to also remember when you talk to anybody, that it's a possibility that they're gonna talk. When you tell something, once you say it, that's it. You know, you have to go in there. It's like you press an email and press send. That's it. Once you press send, that's it.
But, so is it partly your fault? Is it partly your fault then? With that being the case, do you have to take some of the blame because of trusting this person, knowing you really possibly shouldn't have? Do you have to take some of that blame?
Yeah, you said it. You got to take part of that blame. You confide. You trusted this person enough to you know, you thought that's who they were. You know what I'm saying? You thought you could confide in them. You definitely got to take the blame, but you can also blame them too. You got to take part of that blame because you confided in that person. So in order for your information to get out, it's because you told somebody.
Yes, that's good.
So you have to be mindful if you don't want your information out. I mean, you might want to just keep it to yourself. It's best to just keep it to yourself if you don't want it being out there, because there's a possibility somebody's going to say something. When you speak something, you have to go in there knowing that it's a possibility, whether you confide in them or not, that it's going to get out.
That's good. That's good. Toya, what do you say to that, man? If you confide to this person and then a couple of days later, your information is all over the place, you're like, do you approach that person or do you just cut them off? Or how do you deal with that?
Depends on how you want to do it. But last caller was right. Exactly. Once it's out of your mouth, you know, it's gone. But, you know, there's key indicators, right? They're like, don't say nothing. But let me tell you what I learned from my last incident with, I almost said the name. I ain't going to learn that. But when I started thinking back about when she ran off with my money and all that, I started thinking back to, okay, so she was just trying to use me for a reason. Also, they come ask you, well, what you doing about this? What you doing about that? Oh, I got this, that, and the third. They come bait you for one. For two, you know, they never tell you what they doing. They always asking. They always know your business, but they don't never tell you there and what they got going. Oh, you did this, that, and the third. Oh, girl, I did such and such over here. But what did you use? Oh, get up the subject. Like, there's traits with these people if we pay attention, and when we get burned, when we think back, it'd be like, oh, yeah. They never say, can you come get me? They always butted into my business. They never invited me to the event. They never asked me advice. It was all me talking. So sometimes they pick. Sometimes they look for the most vulnerable. Sometimes they wait. Men do it too. They know you just got broken up or whatever. And now they're going to come bait you up, bait you around. Oh, this and all that. They call grooming. All this and all that. Oh, yeah, I care. All this and the third. When at the end of the day, they just want to lap you up and screw you at the end of the day. Just went through it with somebody that we all know. So absolutely, sometimes it's not about us talking. Sometimes, like I said, they're agents. And they're infiltrating us, just like a sting operation. They find out what you like, and they come in, and they put little seeds and try to carry it around. And people need to acknowledge that. But the key part, right, is that when they start saying, don't say nothing, in order to catch the person, when you catch that person, especially like with a group of people, oh, absolutely, don't tell me if you don't want me to say nothing then, and put everybody on Front Street. So that way we can expose that person, because I'm telling you, they're infiltrators, and they look for ways and instances to try to make it seem like they're on our side to manipulate us and use it against us.
Rico, talk to me, brother.
Yeah, you have those opportunistic people, you know. So I'm gonna tell you what I did in the past, because it's been a few times. I ain't a very trusting person either, you know. So I got associates, but everybody ain't my friend. Some people might think it, but they ain't, because they've done things in the past to let me know I can't trust them. So it's been times. This one time, I sued a company, and I had to sue the company for discrimination. This is the company I was a union rep at. They wrongfully terminated me because they wanted me gone. I had been hitting them in the head too many times, and they didn't know it was me. They underestimated me, and they didn't understand who was bringing all these big people in, hitting them with fines. I wasn't supposed to know any better. So they got rid of me wrongfully. And people knew about it. The people I confided in about what I was going through, I was stressing about how I was mistreated. I thought these people were actually on my side because they didn't like how I was mistreated either. But really and truly, listening to the story, they knew Rico got a lawsuit. You got a lawsuit. You got a lawsuit. Yeah, I know I got a lawsuit. I already took care of that point, but let me tell you what they did. But they kept focusing on the lawsuit. Then finally the lawsuit came around. And I knew everybody wanted to know what I got. So I said, you know what, man, I'm going to tell everybody a different number amount. And see who go to talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I told 3 different number amounts. That was in 2003. To this day, I got people still asking me what happened to that money, and they remember the exact amounts. Not their money, my money.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute, y'all was that concerned? So you have opportunistic people that want to find a way to get in on what you got going on. So yeah, you got to be careful on talking and telling people your business. And you asked the question. I believe I can hit it a little bit better now. How do you know who to tell or who to talk to? How can you tell? And the thing is you always go into somewhere you don't know, and you be quiet and watch. Keep your head on the swivel and be observant of people's behavior. Watch your environment. And if you listen enough, you'll start having people come up to you and volunteer information about everybody you work around. Oh man, he a butt kisser. Oh man, he know what he got going on. Hey man, they'll fill you in on everything.
Yeah, yeah.
But you start listening to what they filling you in on. Wait a minute, you just told me something that ain't none of my business, and I didn't even ask for it. You just volunteered to tell me that, maybe because you feel some type of way and you wanted to sabotage them, or you were just telling their business because you envious. But I still shouldn't know this business that you know, because number one, I don't even talk to these people. So it's like what Toya was saying. With y'all, there's a lot of y'all I haven't met one time face to face.
Yes.
But I knew stuff about y'all. Most of it was lies. I knew it. But I have been observing and been around so much. This thing I call life, it ain't just about an example or an experience, but it's about lessons learned. And you run across people and you start finding out that certain people carry themselves a certain way. They don't have the best motives in mind and place. So you got to be careful. Observe, use discernment, and watch how they talk about other people. Then you'll know. I ain't gonna tell him nothing because I already know too much about these people, and I ain't even supposed to know this.
Exactly. Tucson, talk to me, brother.
Yeah, you know, if a dog how you say it, carry a bone, he'll bring a bone. Is that the saying? Is that right?
Yeah.
If you hear somebody that's always talking about somebody, guess what? They talking about you too.
Absolutely.
They're just not talking to you about the things they say about you to you. But I bet you one thing, they run their mouth. Because that's what they do.
Yes,
you know why they do that? Because they talk too much.
Exactly.
They never shut up. Ain't that a song?
Yes, sir. That's Houdini all day. Cassandra, good morning. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. How are you?
Hey, the thug pastor. I need to ask you this question, Cassandra. Can you talk too much? Can a person just talk too much? Tell too much? Cassandra, what do you say to that?
Yeah, I'm probably at times I can be one of those people because I'm I mean, you know, transparency is everything to me. Yeah, you know, because I'm so passionate sometimes about the things that I do, that I'll just keep going on and it's like, okay, just shut up. You know, be quiet. It's okay. You know, and especially if you feel like somebody is not getting what you're saying.
Yes.
You know, I can overdo it at times, and I believe that you can talk too much. Now, I know that in a lot of ways I don't do that when I'm like counseling people, because you need them to talk.
Yes.
So it's all about listening. So I'm a great listener, but yeah, when I'm like going on about something I'm passionate about, I definitely talk too much.
Good deal. Bishop, talk to me, bro. Bishop, you there?
Man, I tell you. Yeah, I'm right here.
Okay.
You know, they got this gospel song. And it says, I said I wasn't going to tell nobody, but I can keep it to myself.
Yes, sir.
Believe. Believe. So when they say that stuff, I ain't going to tell nobody such things. They're gonna turn around and go tell somebody. Because it's just too hot for them to handle. So I have never I don't like that song when they sing it, and I can sing it. It's for real. I'm telling them.
How you gonna not like the song, man? They put a lot of work into that song, Bishop.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you. Thank you, Toy. Thank you. Yeah. Oh well. I don't like, man. Please.
Mm-hmm.
No. I came to tell you. And I was saying that, but when you say I ain't gonna tell nobody, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen this happen so many times, and I think somebody was saying, I mean, I did somebody I thought was a dear friend of mine, and I, revealed the little situation, and I was doggone. By the time I got back home, the situation was told.
Good Lord.
And I said, no, wait a minute. So of course, I got on the phone immediately and made a phone call, and I didn't mean it just slipped out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, trust me, I ain't gonna tell you nothing there no more. And
Yeah.
to this day, I can't let about talking to the person.
Mm-hmm. But see, and that's the thing right there. Okay, a lot of times, man, you have to be real mindful. And we talking about, can you talk too much? And the answer to this question, it obviously is yes. And we all have a tendency to do it. And it depends on, like I think Rico said, it depends on who you're talking to and the level of trust that you have for this particular person. But you have to draw the line sometimes, and sometimes you have to really keep something to yourself. Like Bishop said, take it to your grave. Okay, what's on your heart?
I'm on mute. Just sitting here listening. Talking to a friend just walked in the door.
Okay.
Just sitting here. And I was just telling her. And he said, I was just going to answer that question. You said, how do you confront a person after you tell them stuff and they tell it?
Mm-hmm.
You just tell. I would never tell you nothing else. Like
Yeah.
I told this girl, I would never tell you anything else. You talk too much.
Mm-hmm.
And then I told him, I expect a woman to go back and do it before a man to go back and do it. I said, y'all getting worse than the women.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just ridiculous. A man don't have nothing else to do but go back and gossip. I said, literally, you went back and repeated everything that was said to you. I said, but you forgot what you said.
Mm-hmm.
You forgot that part. Well, guess what? I told them. They didn't tell you what they said. Well, let me tell you what they said.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why the conversation came about, because of what they said.
Mm-hmm.
Then they was like, oh, so you was basically defending me. Maybe, if that's what you want to say. But I didn't start that conversation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When I told the truth. And if I said it, I'll repeat it. So it's hard to go back and repeat something I said and add to it and take. Because I'm going to repeat it. I'm going to repeat it just like I said it.
Mm-hmm.
My mom said, ain't nobody with me but Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
So I ain't worried about it. You ain't going to whoop me because I said
it. Okay, good deal. Good deal. Sherelle, let me ask you this question: how do you deal with and in the course of somebody talking sometime, and they get to talking too much, they start mixing the truth in with a lot of lies. How do you deal with Sherelle, a liar, and you know they're lying? Sherelle, you there? Oh, I think we just lost Sherelle. I think we just Cassandra, answer that for me. How do you deal with the liar, and you know they're lying? They've been talking so long. They done ran out of truth. Now they sprinkle in a couple of little lies in there to just keep the story going. Cassandra, you know they're lying. How do you deal with them?
Why are you lying? Why are you lying right now?
Cassandra, you there? Oh, we just lost Cassandra. Every time I call, I need to stop calling on people, man, because when I call on them, we lose them. Toya, what did he talk to me? And don't you go nowhere.
Oh, I'm here. This is my kind of topic today. Lying, like that lying behind. They be telling you, oh no, don't tell. But they in the background telling because they want to sabotage you, make it look like you're a liar. Sometimes, listen, I'm gonna spill all the tea. Now, if you know I'm gonna spill the tea, why you telling me don't tell? That's when I should have had a light bulb hit in my head. I should have been telling the house thing. I should have been telling everything I had been telling because I tell the tea. But I already know, like somebody said, when somebody say don't tell something, it's something else behind it. Now, I know I have my moments. I have my moments where I'm like, hey, don't say nothing to such and such. But if you come back to you, was you lying? Yeah, girl, I was lying. I had to go ahead and get that done for this, that, and the third. So when it comes to people who lie, you got to be careful when you don't say nothing, or if they ask you not to say nothing, because sometimes they can have a hidden agenda or an intent. Another one, oh, I'm here. Don't tell nobody I'm not out of state. But they got you watching their property or watching their stuff or watching their kids. Why don't they want you to tell? Because they finna put something on you. And if you ain't told what you really was doing, then they can convince everybody else something else. And while they're telling you not to tell it, while they're the ones committing the crime, first of all, you shouldn't be lying for nobody but yourself. Lie for your own stuff. Go to hell for your own lives, not nobody else's. But definitely pay attention, because some things need to be spoken. Because had I just been talking, by the time she went to court, I would have so many witnesses lined up, because I was just talking instead of talking about, oh, no, that's my friend. She asked me not to say nothing. Well, if you're my friend, you wouldn't care if I say nothing or not. So absolutely. Be careful with not saying things, too, because sometimes they can protect you for your benefit.
Wow. And I know she sounded like she dropped the name in there, boy. Woo! Startled me a little bit. Bishop, what's on your heart?
I'm telling you, man, Tori just said a mouthful. She just said a mouthful. But you asked the question, how you deal with someone that takes and stretches the truth.
Yes.
My father-in-law used to say, you deal with them with a long handle spoon. And that means you have to sometimes just separate yourself from the folks that you thought were dear and near to you. And so, you know what, you go your way, I go mine, and we'll see how it's going to end up. That's how you do it. I just don't want to deal with people that have, and it's crazy, but folks have an underlying agenda. They can be jealous of you, who you are, what you got going on, and as soon as they get just a little wind of something, they fabricate it, they stretch that truth to be a lie. And that's all you said, y'all go to hell on your own on that.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna drag me down with you. But my mama said this, when it comes down to conversations that are, against an individual, a lie make it across the country before the truth make it up to you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Now, Rico, watch this here. Now, we all have had tendencies where we have lied for somebody else. Like back in the day when running the streets and stuff like that, your boy called. He said, "Look here, man. The girl I've been trying to get. I've been trying to get at, man. Hey, we getting together tonight. I told my girl I'm gonna be with you, man. So hey, I need you to act accordingly, man. I need you on this one, bro. I told her, me and you gonna be together. We going over here. We're gonna be over here until blah blah. Man, look here. You got me. You got me. Rico, 9 times out of 10, what you gonna say?
In the past, when I was young, I would say yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Situation where I was used as an excuse, but that same woman saw me out in public doing something with a woman, and then I wasn't with her man, out hanging out, kicking it. So, what's so and so with? What you mean? What's so and so with? Be with y'all, huh? So you don't put my name in something and didn't even tell me. But it's one thing you tell me, but it was another situation where a man's wife came up to me and he didn't tell. That he lied and said he was going to Atlanta with us to the strip club. Came back to Anniston and walked into the club. She walked up to me. Where he at? Huh? So like
caught in the headlights, deer caught in the headlights, brother.
I'm innocent. I'm like, what you mean where he at? I ain't seen him all day.
Yeah.
He was coming with y'all. He should have called me and told me something. But as I got older, I told people, look, man, don't put me in there. First off, if I happen to have a lot of respect for this woman, I don't feel comfortable deceiving her. I'm doing just as bad as you. That made me just as big of a liar. So I would rather lie for myself, like Toya said. I'm going to lie for myself. But, going back to what she was saying, I made this comment early. We can't talk too much. And sometimes we don't talk enough.
Yeah.
You have people that come in and they use that against you. Oh, I'm about loyalty. Friends, I love everybody. I don't telling people's business. What I tell you is between me and you, and what you tell me, I don't tell anybody. You can trust me.
Say that. Huh? Say that, Rico.
Wait a minute now. So why you make that point that I should trust you and I shouldn't have to tell anybody anything? So what it comes down to is, look, if somebody doing something wrong, don't stand for it. You have to tell on somebody innocently, talking too much, that's understandable. You didn't mean no harm by it. But don't be out here talking too much, bragging and telling what you got going on at home, talking about your sexual conquest. But also don't go back, you know what I'm saying, telling people not to talk about stuff. Then you get mad at them because you got busted out. Well, you know what, you talk too much. If you wouldn't have said nothing, I wouldn't have got caught. Well, wait a minute, you didn't even tell me. You lied and said you were going to the strip club with us. What I'm supposed to do? Hey, where he at? Oh, don't ask me no question. Mind your business.
Exactly. And all y'all supposed to be friends. Yeah, all y'all supposed to be friends. You can't come off like that. I think in the bathroom. Yeah, he'll be in there for a long time. I think his stomach upset. You know, his stomach is bad.
We dropped him off at the Mercy room. I just remember.
Yeah, exactly. He gonna call me back. As a matter of fact, when he's ready for us to go pick him up. Which hospital you don't worry about that. You just have a good time. Enjoy yourself. I got this. Kay, what's on your heart, sis?
Just listening to that. I had somebody, they lied, came over my house and kept calling their daddy. And I was like, why you keep calling your daddy? His daddy finally answered the phone and he told his daddy he was going over there. Then when the day go by, he called me and he came back over and whatever. And we were sitting here and we was playing cards, just laughing and talking. Then he left and he came again. And then I was like, you know what? You got a woman. Y'all done fell out and you told her you was at your daddy house. You wasn't at your daddy house. You was over here. And you lying. I ain't got no woman. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
He was just lying. And I talked to his cousin and she was like, girl, he claimed them as business partners. I said, well, you better go be business with him. Because he can't be coming here lying and stuff. Because if a woman knock on my door, it's going to be some problems.
Yeah.
I said, go be with your business partners. Don't come to my house. You don't get somebody hurt with me.
Exactly. Toya with a T, talk to me, sis.
Yeah, man, let me tell you, trust is something. Oh, boy. You know, when I think about it, I can't get mad because I just think about the Bible. And I think about Cain and Abel. That's the highest level of broken trust ever, right? They were brothers over nothing, over simply what God said. And if a brother would do that to a brother, then what is it that we got to worry about when it comes to a so-called friend or associate and people who come specifically to infiltrate? Some of these people, like we gonna make this comment about, they want to tell you what not to tell. That's like what child molesters do, with rapists do. People who don't do right, when they say don't tell, we need to open up our eyes closely, because why don't you want me to tell? That's normally an abusive characteristic. You know what I mean? And then we hold these things that we know are not right daily and just say, oh, we friends. But at the end of the day, if you violating or you breaking one of the commandments or one of the spiritual laws and you call yourself a Christian, we need to be paying attention to that. And sometimes we need to stop being so forgiving, because let me tell you, I've seen things like this, but I don't judge nobody because I'm not right. So I don't judge. But when the Lord be talking to you about something God just be saying, pay attention. Yeah, I know y'all all pay attention to that one. Well, Lord, you know, I can't put that now. You need to pay attention to that one, though. But Lord, we all, and sometimes He just wants you to pay attention to that one. So it's not about they're all sinning. He just needs to pay attention to that one, because see, that one ain't for you. You feel me? So we got to pay attention to the Lord, no matter who we dealing with, how we dealing. We think you're supposed to trust them because, oh, they Christian, oh, they're a pastor, oh, they're a judge, oh, they're whatever. Pay attention to the fundamentals. If you a judge or a pastor, why are you telling somebody don't tell something? If you a judge or a pastor, why are you lying yourself saying, oh, don't tell nobody because I don't want nobody to know? So sometimes we need to think about the situation and the people that we're dealing with when they say, oh, don't tell somebody, or if they do something. I don't care if you tell, but oh, you a person of the word, you a pastor, associate pastor, judge, FBI, head of FBI, and you lying, telling people that you tell, oh, there's something ain't right.
Exactly. Now, Bishop, what do you say to this? A person, Rico, come to you next. A person that say, look at here, man. You know, you got to keep this secret, man. You can't go telling this, man. You know, because if you're down with me, man, or you're down with me, and they put that down with you syndrome on there, and so you can't tell nothing. Like, you know, I know you saw what I did, man. But look here, you can't go talking about that, man. You know, hey, you down with me or what, bro? You down with me or what? They try to put that pressure on you, Bishop. How do you deal with that, Bishop?
I said, I'm not like Rico. Don't bring your mess to me. I don't want to hear that jump.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think, okay, because I'm a very confidential person. You can share your innermost dark secret with me. I ain't gonna tell you because I don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
But don't bring me nothing if I ain't gonna have the ability to tell nobody. Somebody called me and tell me what somebody said about me. They don't tell them I told you.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute now. So why you tell me then?
Yeah, exactly.
Because I want when I confront this person, I want to say, well, Raheem told me you said such and such. That way they know.
Yep.
I know where I got the source from.
Exactly.
And let Raheem, face and deal with that bullet when they come back at it. Well, you did say that. So I told him.
Yeah.
So he's my friend. And I'm like, okay, don't bring me nothing if you don't want me to know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times, and I saw this somewhere, man, where Denzel had this thing about it. It's a little post he had on Facebook a couple of years ago. Y'all might have seen it. He was looking like he had that little Denzel look when he was, looking at him, and the guy was telling, man, blase said this about you, man. We're talking about you and blase blah. And Enrico Denzel, the quote that he had at the bottom of the thing, he said, I'm not concerned about what they were saying about me. I'm just more concerned about why were they so comfortable telling you. Why were they so comfortable coming and telling you about me? So what are you doing? Talk to me, Rico.
It is assumed that you might have an issue with that person that they're talking about, or maybe they just trying to dance around to see where your head is.
Mm-hmm.
So they something light. Hey, what you thinking about such and such? Man, good dude, man. I wonder this and that. They try to ease into the conversation before they start opening up and tell you what they really think. So, like I said, you have to use your gift of observation, man. I mean, like I said, this thing we call life, if you don't learn from the lessons of your experiences, then you are always gonna get caught up. You asked the question earlier, how would I deal with liars? Just like how would you deal with somebody that does talk too much? What happens is you exclude them. Sometimes in front of them, depending on what it is, depending on what they go back and repeat or what the lie is that they told, you might want to do something. You have not to do that. But for the most part, especially if they don't know that you found out what they were doing, but you just exclude them, get real short with them.
Yeah.
That's enough right there. That kills a person because they start feeling like, oh, he think he better than me. He ain't 2 words for me. Know what it is? Maybe they don't. But I was gonna bring up an example. I had 2 different examples, but I had to pick one. One was me telling a guy one time about a female that I dealt with. This female told me she had a crush on this guy back in the day. And so I went back and told him, I was like, look, man, you missed out. Such and such. He was like, yeah, man, she told me she used to like him. I'm like, boy, you missed out, boy. She do this, she do this, she do that, she do this. And I'm thinking, on some homeboy stuff, if you go ahead and try, I even had a cousin did this. If you go back and try, and she pull these toys out and do this and that, she entertains you, enjoy it. I'm just letting you know that it's there. She might do this for you too. Yeah, they go back and tell, oh, Rico told me what you did. Like they almost try to shame him. I know Rico told me what you did. And I'm like, look, you didn't even have to use my name.
No.
You could have just went and talked, eased up on it and seen if she was gonna go there, even sort of influenced her to go in that direction. Maybe just throw down the toy, whatever the situation may be. I was gonna bring up that situation, but I got one even worse than that. I know a guy killed this dude, right? But before he killed him, the plan that he used, I had already heard the plan. All right. The guy that he killed was his best friend. He went missing on a Friday, and they found him on Labor Day, like that Monday or Tuesday. Found him in some woods. The woods they found him at, I knew about those woods before they found him now. So actually what I'm trying to say is what happened to this boy was actually meant for somebody else. So when this boy, I knew then who had done it because the guy that did it had already told me once before that he loved this guy. They were best friends, but sometimes he talked too much. He get him in situations he can't get out of, and he want to kill him. I'm like, wait a minute, that's extreme for you to love him this much, but sometimes he make you so mad and frustrated that you want to kill him. He started telling me some of the situation. I'm like, well, look, man, you might need to cut him loose, you know. But he a good wingman. Any girl I want, he go get him and this and that. But sometimes he just talk too much and he put me in a bad predicament. So he went ahead and killed him. Well, didn't nobody know. I was the only one that knew. Like I said, I knew about the previous plan for the other person. So I was like, man, he did this, but I'm gonna hope that he didn't do it. He came. I went up there and talked to him. He had been a boy, man. We see each other at work all the time and make sure we sat and talked. But he started getting away. He wouldn't talk. First, he didn't show up. Then he was wearing these sleeves. These were to cover up the scratches. So I put two and two together. Now he avoid myself. I need to go up there and talk to him because I'm hoping he didn't do this. So I went up there, man, and I started talking about what I saw that Friday night. I was like, man, I seen some dudes from another city up here. They might have done it, man. You know what I'm saying? He was just sitting there looking at me. And he knew I remember the other plan.
Yeah.
He said, man, you know what? If I was you, I'd just leave it alone. You never know. Sometimes you could be talking to the person that's doing it, and next thing you know, they after you.
Wow.
Yeah. I said, he did that. You know what I did? I went right home, got my AK-47 and put it in the trunk, got to my job and put it on the seat. And every day when I came to work and left work, I would be peeking around and standing around the guard shack, trying to make sure he wasn't looking out for me because he knew that I knew he done it. And then when it was finally revealed he done it and he went to jail, he ended up bonding out. And we bumped into each other at a club on Mother's Day. Well, it was the day before Mother's Day. The night before and going into the Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And we talked. He bought me drinks and this and that. I said, he want to ask me. He want to ask me if I believe he did. And he know I know he did.
Yeah.
He sat there. We talked, shot the bull for a second. Then he finally asked me, said, man, you think I did it then? I said, well, look, man, I know you. I said, if you did do it, it had to be a good reason. I said, because you ain't no bad dude. You just ain't going to do nothing random like that. I said, it had to be something bad had to happen for you to go to that extreme. But I still knew that he was looking to catch me slipping because I knew what was going on. And it just stuck in my mind when he said that night, man, you never know. I just leave it alone. You never know. You might be talking to the person that did it.
Yeah.
Coming out to you. Man, that boy just didn't know I had something for him. When you said that, I'm like, yeah, I knew you. I wanted to give you the benefit of the doubt, but you just told me in so many words, yeah, you know I did it.
Yeah.
Alone. I said, yeah, I'm gonna leave it alone. But just in case you thinking a little crazy, I got something for you. But
see, what it is in that situation right there, he honestly speaking, he shot a warning shot. There was a warning shot. That's what he did. He put a warning shot in the air, you know, and then the next one, you know, I'm only wasting one. I'm only wasting one. I ain't wasting no more. There was a warning shot.
I took it well. I was very prepared.
Curtis, good morning, Curtis. How you doing this morning? Oh, I think we lost Curtis. Curtis, Curtis still with
us. What up, man?
Yeah.
What's going on? I'm right here.
What's going on with you, Captain? How you doing this morning?
I'm already sitting at my desk, bro.
Hey,
trying to make the donut.
There you go. Got a question for you, man. Can you talk too much? Our topic today is, can you talk too much? What do you say to that?
Absolutely, without a doubt. Seen it happen, done it. All right, T, you have a good one, all right? Done it. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? I've seen it happen. Man, sometimes, you know, my grandma used to tell me the smartest person in the room is the quietest person in the room. She tell me that all the time. She used to say a person talking too much and moving too fast, they can't see everything in the room.
Yep. Now, Curtis, can you talk yourself into or out of a good situation?
Yeah, I got it. You can talk yourself. You can talk yourself out of a good situation and into a real bad situation. Or you can talk yourself to the point that there's nobody want to deal with you. You know what I mean? Especially if you keep talking and you ain't saying nothing. All right. If you're gonna be a talker, you need to understand that you need to learn how to be tutorial, learn how to teach when you talk. Because if you're not, what happens is you just sound like you talking just to hear yourself talk.
Yeah, exactly. Sticks to get wrote something. Rico, read that for me, brother.
You know, also a well-known criminal where I used to live told me, if you don't say anything, they don't know nothing. That goes for anything.
Mm-hmm. Speak on that.
Where is he from?
Sticks, where you from? Sticks, right in the box where you from, or give us a call 678-381-1973. Either write it in the box or give us a call. But either way, Vegas. He's from Vegas.
You know, it's a reason why that's in the Miranda rights.
Yeah.
What is the Miranda rights? If you run the Miranda rights in your mind, the first thing it says is,
and then
you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
Yeah.
Then they tell you got a right to an attorney.
Exactly. Yeah, he's from Vegas, man. So, yeah, I've been through Vegas, man. They got some things going on in Vegas, man. Vegas is a beautiful place, boy. But you got to watch yourself. Watch yourself, Bishop. What's on your heart? Bishop, you there? K with an E. K with an E, you there?
Don't let the mute button win, y'all.
There you go. Exactly. Well, we Toy with a T. We know you're there because we just heard you say something. What do you say about that? He said, if you don't say nothing, they don't know nothing. What do you say about that?
Oh, absolutely. If the police come asking questions, you don't say nothing, how they gonna know who did it? You know what I mean? It is what it is. But see, this is the things we got to pay attention to, because sometimes we think, like for me, you might come tell me something, and I'm not gonna say nothing to nobody because I'm gonna feel like we cool and you're confided to me, and I'm like, oh yeah, I noticed that too, but it don't go no further than that. You know what I mean? And that's how it's supposed to be. But if you don't say nothing, nobody know nothing. But when that happens, and you start hearing something, you know somebody said something if it wasn't you.
Yeah.
You know, so we got to be really careful because there are moral aspects we're supposed to be following just as human beings, first and foremost. And when we start wavering the laws for a friend or a mom or a dad or an officer or whoever, we really need to pay attention. Like I was thinking last night, we thieves, we all steal it, right? For birds and for the fuck together. So you steal, I steal, we all steal it. So where does the boundary come from? No honor among thieves. Why I'm gonna think you're not gonna steal from me eventually? I might. No, I'm not. Oh, you're not gonna steal from me, but we all steal it. So it's like we break the moral compass, then we kind of click together because we're breaking it, and then when it happens to us, we kind of confused. You know what I'm saying? So I'm on this aspect now. I ain't holding no information. I'm not gonna come tell me because I'm gonna tell a person, and we all gonna talk about it. So you need to make sure before you go running your mouth that you cool with me bringing this other person in, because I don't do lies. I'm a mediator. I'm a leader. We're gonna clear it up.
Exactly.
As soon as you come telling me, you need to know I'm on sale. The back of my shirt say snitch. So if you don't want to get out, and it's something that we need to rectify, I'm for real. Because some of these issues, like for instance, somebody say, well, Raheem, you went out with this girl and the girl said you did something to her. I'm gonna ask Raheem. Well, she don't want nobody to know. I don't care what nobody knows because I'm cool with Raheem. And I need to have a conversation and we all need to sit down. You understand what I'm saying? Because some of this stuff can be detrimental to people.
Absolutely. Rico, talk to me, brother.
Yeah, I mean, you know, sometimes you have to get to the source. You know, when people come and repeat news to you, you know, you can't go with that or don't tell nobody. And like I said, that peer pressure, that influence, you know, the environment. You have people, you said it earlier, people that are abusive and manipulative. They'll manipulate you and try to shame you into being quiet by saying you talk too much. So you're supposed to keep a lid on me running around here molesting children.
Wow.
You know, don't tell nobody, but I got a fetish. I like to get in women's back doors and violate them with a mask on. Don't tell nobody, man. I don't need nobody to know because I ain't trying to go to jail. Here it is, man. I know who's doing it, but I ain't gonna say nothing.
Yeah.
So you know, she said a lot. Then you know, with one word, it has to have a moral culpability to it. So sometimes, if somebody is gonna lose or be harmed by you keeping your mouth shut, you gotta open your mouth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sit back and let people's reputations be damaged, lies be told. I mean, it's one thing for me to sabotage myself. It's one thing for me to mess up my own reputation. It's a go and talk too much and mess up a situation with a job or a woman. But it's a thing for you to go and do it. And if you out here sabotaging and manipulating the situation where it looks bad for me and I can't gain, somebody should come and tell me, look, man, putting bad information out there on. This is the reason why you can't get ahead.
So,
you got to be careful when people try to manipulate that. You talk too much, shaming you, shame on you. You talk too much. You got a big mouth. I should have told you nothing. Well, you should have been doing nothing wrong if you didn't want nobody to know.
Yeah,
shame in your game.
Exactly. And that was last week Thursday, Rico.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
And so it still apply.
Yeah. There you go. Good deal. Bishop, you there? Bishop.
How you doing? Yeah, I'm here.
Bishop, I'm doing all right. How you doing?
Now I was talking to my neighbor, man.
Bishop, what's on your heart, brother? We got 5 minutes before we get out of here. I'm going to come to you in just a minute for you to pray us out. What's on your heart?
Man, again, as usual, man, a great topic, man. I appreciate being able to chime in a little bit. And I love hearing how Rico and Toya and everyone will handle the situation. Because I'm going to tell you, when you're confronted with stuff, you want to be careful. Rico was real smart when it came out of that situation about somebody getting killed. And it's better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
Even though he didn't go square, the fellow would have had an assumption and was ready to come at Rico. But Rico was too smart for him. Yeah, come at me if you want to. You may run over here, but you may limp back.
No, you ain't gonna limp. You ain't gonna limp back. You ain't even gonna limp back. Exactly. Right. It's over. It's all over. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Toy, you want to see what's on your heart? I'm going to go into a song. Boy, I'm about to go into a song, Rico. I was about to do it. Toy, what's on your heart?
That's all right. The zone is here because, listen, it's over for all the liars and manipulators. How about that?
Exactly.
This is a season where the Lord ain't going to allow all that antichrist personality going on. If you a liar, he's going to expose it. Let me tell you something. The day before I got done like that, you know, somebody said to me, well, how do you feel? You trust him? I said, yeah, I trust him. When I tell you this season is so real with the Lord, as soon as you open up your mouth and say something, it's going to come right back and you're going to prove and show who you can trust and who you can't trust.
Yeah.
So this conversation today, I feel like this is another message from the Lord, letting everybody know. Either you're going to operate in truth or you're going to operate in a lie.
Absolutely.
Either way you go, I'm going to expose it and you're all going to know it's me. So we need to be careful, keep our hands up and make sure. We ain't got to be perfect, but we do need to make sure we represent a Most High that has moral value and structure. And if we don't be surprised that within 72 hours, if it don't come smack you in the face and the Lord going to say, see, I told you.
Exactly. Rico, what's that song you sent to me, brother?
Oh, that was you remember we was talking earlier, and I was you was talking about the gospel music needing to change up so people could receive it. About the song that they made off of a song called 1,000 Miles. It won a Grammy across all lines. It caused all kind of genres. And he took that hit song and made it a song about smoking the opponent's dead friends. See, that's what they say. You know what I'm saying? If they got dead friends, they say, I'm smoking on, like say if they were talking about Martin Luther King, I'm smoking on that Martin Luther King, I'm smoking on that Malcolm X. So they made it. And the woman that wrote the song, the original song, she actually endorsed it. Regardless of the lyrics, she said art and creativity. You know, and I was like, man, wait a minute, they celebrating murdering people.
Yeah.
It actually just took your bright song. I mean, if you ever hear this song 1,000 Miles, man, you don't have to listen to nobody sing. You could just listen to the melody, man, and it just makes you feel like, man, butterflies. I just want to wake up and see sunshine. But then when you hear the lyrics, you're like, man. And so if you go and look at the video and see the comments under that song, people that hate the lyrics actually saying that for some reason I can't stop listening to this song.
Wow. I got the instrumental version here. I'm gonna play a little bit of the instrumental version.
The grooviest.
See, I'm trying to get past his This is the instrumental version right here because I don't know whether they got any profanities in the song. You about to say something, Rico?
Yeah, see, I'm pretty sure everybody remembers that melody in the original song. It had some great feeling to it, a positive feeling to it. Now, these are little young black males from Jacksonville, Florida, rappers that building a platform off of this. This thing has got 1 million views. He might get a record deal off of this song talking about killing. Imagine listening to that melody and you got people laughing and talking about, I knocked his head off. I walked up behind him and shot him in his dead. Now we smoking on Luke. I'm like, wow. People are actually listening to the song. So, you know, it goes back to what you were saying about sometimes for you to reach people, you have to go to their level, touch them with me. You know, but it's a matter of if it's being done decently or if it's being done, you know, with sinister intentions.
Exactly.
And we don't know, we're not discerning with that. You know, the same thing with that, with the topic that you talked about today. Can we talk too much? Yeah, sometimes we talk too much when we're telling our personal business, but at the same time, when we know our neighbors are molesting their children or beating their elderly, neglecting them, we need to talk too much.
Exactly. I co-signed at 110%. Definitely 110%. Bishop, hold on, Bishop. I'm going to come to you to pray us out. But Rico, what's going on at 3 o'clock before we do that?
If you missed today's show and would like to catch it in its entirety, you can tune in today at 3 o'clock Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Time on www.dkmmediagroup.com.
Good deal. Bishop, are you available to pray us out, brother?
Yes, sir.
All right, good deal.
Righteous Father, in the holy name of Jesus, we come before you giving thanks and praise unto you, Father, for all that you do and have done. Thank you for last night's rest, this morning rise, and for the use and activities of our land. We ever want to give you thanks, Lord God, for this great morning and the morning glow in Raheem and DKM Media Group and Associates. We thank you, Lord God, for the views and opinions, Lord God, to edify and to educate and enlighten. Lord, Father God, as we have blessed those, Father God, that are going through oppression and situations that need your attendance. Lord God, we ask, Lord God, that you bless those who are on the bed of affliction, those who have lost loved ones, Lord, comfort their hearts, Lord God. Keep us and strengthen us to be with us, Father God. This prayer we pray in your name, Christ Jesus our Lord. Amen.
That sound like a preacher there, man. That brother sound like he a preacher. That brother sound like he a preacher or something, man. Told you with a T. K with an E. You finally found that mute button?
I've been to found that mute button, but before y'all go, I want y'all to do me one thing.
Lord, look at she's trying to use my clothes on me, Rico. Trying to use my clothes. Okay, I came to you about 3 times.
You probably did. I clicked over and answered the other end.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Rico.
You know, they should pay me for counseling sessions.
There you go. And they should. But no amount of money could actually suffice to what you do to help them though. So how do they pay?
Man, just tip me according to how they appreciate what I helped them out with.
Okay, here come $1 million your way. Bam! Did you get it?
I did. Thank you. My pocket's so heavy I can't get up.
There you go. Now send some back because I need some too. I need some in return. You know, return to sender. Send me a little bit back. Rico, what's going on, brother?
You didn't say that on the package.
Oh, I thought she still had something she wanted to say. Go ahead.
Okay.
I just said it didn't say that on the package.
You got to return it. Get that label. You didn't see that label. It says return to sender. It said return to sender. I said it to you.
She wanted somebody to do something for. What was it she wanted everybody to do for?
You know, she was just picking at me at my closing. How I say my closing.
Oh, okay. I thought she really wanted somebody to do something.
Rico, now where you at?
She was just picking at me. Yeah, she was just picking at me, brother. Listen, we're about to get out of here, boy. That K with an E, boy. She's something. How you say? We say K with an E. You say K don't play. And how you say K?
Miss K don't play.
Exactly. Then listen, Lord Jesus, look at, hold on, Rico. I gotta tell you something, man. Listen to me, Rico. We got another call just came in. We got another call now. This caller was with us a little bit earlier, but they again, they're late for today and they're early for tomorrow. They're early for tomorrow, Friday. Caller, what's your phone? Apollo, hello, Mississippi. That's who it is. Caller.
Hey, you know why I call? You know why I call back?
Talk to me.
Oh, back. You was talking about you talk too much.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What time you showed in?
Okay. Oh, so you gonna hit me like that? Oh, you gonna you gonna hit me like that? Okay. Okay. Look. On that note, brother, we're gonna get out of here.
You call back to make sure it stay on longer.
Exactly.
So really, now who talk too much?
There you go. Exactly. Now, look, the truth done finally came out. Go ahead, Rico.
Now I'm gonna tell you one more thing.
Yeah. And it's gonna take 20 minutes. 20 minutes later, to my man, you done, man? Are you done? No. Something else I want to say here. Oh Lord, my Jesus. Listen, it is 10:05. We're about to get out of here. I want to thank everybody for joining us. And more than that, I want to thank you for allowing DKM Media Group and Associates. And somebody say something?
Yeah, I got one more thing. Now I'm just saying.
Lord. And the Morning Glow to be a part of your morning. It's 10:05. You're about to exit the Morning Glow. But before you go, I want you to do me two favors, if you will. One, I want you to continue to pray for us because we're certainly praying for each and every one of you. Number two, why this is real simple. I want you to go out there, find somebody, and give them a hug because you never know. It could be the only hug that they get, or it could very well be their last. Love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Have a great day and a better tomorrow. Now we shine some of this light on you from the Morning Glow. Take it out there into this wicked and cruel world that we live in and let your light so shine. If you get an opportunity, give somebody some love. You just might find some love in return. Want to be a beautiful thing. Take care of each other. Have a great day. Love you.